Because session has started, recording has started, we've got 4-ish
Yep.
hours ahead of us. Let's have some fun, party.
Yeah.
Alright, it is day 4, the new year. The year 5547 has ticked on by. Some early morning time at the keep. Time skips and level ups have been done. Hugo and Vasa are probably just going to be zombie moding following the party for next week, or potentially not. As such, they're not going to count for XP, combat, etc., 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 etc.
Okay.
Be right back. Got a phone call from the boss.
Oof.
Now, the keep has been under construction for a bit of time. If I go over to... It's probably in notes to self. 1 second. Since we're going to wait for Gene anyways, I imagine. That's... No, I actually don't need this anymore. Haha, here it is. So they started on day 220, and they're going to end 2 years from now. Pardon you. Anyway, so that is about 140-ish days, give or take.
Okay.
150 divided by that. That's about 5 months or so of work. Thus, the back wall is at this point properly built up, and reasonably at this point they've shored up the staircases, like I've said. So all 3 staircases up and down should be good once again. Previously, you only had the one. And
Right.
yeah, they're probably starting to build some of the walls for the second floor.
Good. Good.
Now, you've not quite kept your finger on the pulse, but every now and again you do a quick checkup with them, and your master mason assures you we're on schedule. You've paid 50% up front, and this job's expected to take a few years at the current labor force, and they're cool with that. They get that. You've got orcs guarding them, and, at first, undoubtedly, there was a bit of tension with them, and a couple of them might have required slightly larger bribes and coercion to, work with orcs present, because most Denalians see orcs as absolute monsters, but you're a charismatic person, Ecroromede.
Yeah.
So I'm just hand-waving that, unless you really want to roleplay that out blow by blow, because...
No, I think we're good.
I know you mentioned that there was kind of light on RP previous sessions, so I ain't gonna deny it of you if you want it, but I figure you'll find better places to roleplay than with your workers.
All right. In that case, Dungeon Master, what kind of tantalizing rumors have we heard recently?
You've been at the keep.
And how many days, Ecroromede, are we away from this tournament that I've heard so much about?
Oh, I think we've still got like half the year before that.
Yep, it's about half the year before that. And in terms of other rumors, I direct you to Rumors and Gossip over in the Denalia Discord, just to read the most recent, because, you've been making regular supply runs.
Yeah.
The Holy War continues to rage on. It's still undecided because the North Party might go there, and I'm still trying desperately to keep you both in the same world, so that may or may not have even resolved, or it's close to resolving by now, one way or the other. There's a pair of mages in Kurtopia looking for some complicated work involving heights. Unconfirmed rumors state that these mages actually have twins. Necromancer in Northwest, it's probably already gone by now. It's daring group of bandits, the Blackhawks. So far, nothing about the Bloodhunters.
Yes, Ecroromede. Don't we still have to track those nasty, vile creatures that attacked you at your home down?
That's right. So, Dungeon Master, I'm going to try to scry on those assholes.
Yes. One final rumor before we hit that. Yeah, we'll come to that in a second. The final rumor is that there have been a number of earthquakes coming out of the Red Desert. The place is
Red Desert?
The place is shaking. It's irregular, but
was it
every now and again...
After the Red Lightning?
This will probably have started occurring before and then after Red Lightning, which may or may not have happened yet again. Stuff. Fun things.
Oh, Red Lightning hasn't happened for sure?
It's probably happened by now. It's fun trying to keep 2 congruent timelines unified.
Yeah, and I'm trying to pick something that won't put us in their area.
Bloodhunter should be good. So, Ecroromede, do you intend, after, your standard morning routine, to pull out the crystal ball and look for...
Felix or Locus?
Alright.
See that? We remembered the names.
Yes.
Even Locus.
Yes, y'all have a lot of fun with those names. New Denalia map, DM map master copy. Okay, first let's figure out where those fuckers are. Give me a second,
Oh,
please.
there's Big Town. Yeah, we're not going there.
Haha.
Yeah, that's up north.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's more of a quest for the North Party. Good times here. I mean, to be fair, I've got a dedicated rumors and gossip in this Discord now, so I could start separating things. But for now. Alright, so you've had a decent thing. Your odds were that, if I recall correctly. Which is good, yes. Okay. Ecroromede, you sit down, get that crystal ball out. Maybe you have Kasana or whatever guard you. Maybe you're in your room and you have Smasher guard the door. Tune out the sound of the workmen doing stuff, because, you know, it's not like they've got power drills, but they are going to make some noise.
Yeah, hammering, cutting.
Regardless, you let the sounds of the world kind of filter away and focus, and after about a minute or so of trying, you do zoom in on a trio of people on horseback. And you recognize the lead member as Felix, and you believe the person behind him to the right is Locus. Behind him to the left, you're not sure. Some human, bearded, black hair, brown eyes, plate mail armor.
What kind of environment are they in?
They're in some forested area. They appear to be alone. They're traveling on a road.
Okay, can I tell anything more about the area? It's too vague, isn't it?
It's fairly vague, yeah.
It's early in the morning. Direction of travel by the sun.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's vague.
I'm sorry, that
based
was really out of character.
that was out of character. I should slap you, but I won't. Based off their shadows, the sun rises in the east, which would put that there. Their shadows kind of stretch behind them to their left-hand side, meaning that they're traveling northeast.
Okay. All right. Look ahead of where, like pan my view to see what's ahead of them. Anything other than forest?
They're obviously on some type of road. It's decently paved. Might even be cobblestones. I haven't yet determined that for this area.
Okay. Guys, I got to take a short break here because I'm going to get a couple of drags real quick, and I can feel nature calling to build up. So, yeah.
And I tell you what, I feel
Sorry.
the same. We will reconvene in a few minutes. I just need to check detection of invis.
Can you hear people when scrying on them, Double M?
Can you what people when scrying on them?
Hear them talking if they talk.
Maybe. I'll come back to that in a minute. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
Wait.
Alright. That should tide me over for a little bit. What won't tide me over is the missing water.
Now you need some more of that Coca-Cola.
Oh, gods, no. I need to get off that shit. I can't.
Didn't you hear? Daddy Musk is buying it and putting the cocaine back in.
Oh, yay! No, it's really like the Roaring Twenties.
Next, everybody goes broke.
Oh, that's happening. Believe you me,
Yep.
that's happening.
Oh, that's happening. Inflation is a fucking killer, man.
Hey, Cat, you want to see the dice tower work?
Oh, that's gonna be entertaining for the cat. Is he like chasing dice at all?
I don't know. He's sniffing at one. Hey, hey, no eat. You don't get to eat my dice. I think he's entertained. Where's my
My
percentiles?
cat is ancient, so he doesn't care about anything anymore. He just sleeps and goes outside.
Well, this guy's still a little love ball. He wants to be held and paid attention to, not this darn computer.
No, he doesn't want attention. He just wants someone to cuddle up next to at night, and he sleeps with my oldest daughter.
Aw, that's nice.
But the kids torture him because he's old, right? He doesn't want to be played with. He doesn't want all that. So the little kids bug him a lot. So he just hides away and sleeps when he's inside, and then he gets up and goes outside.
Yep. That's cats for you.
Especially old grumpy ones.
Mm-hmm.
He's never once bitten or clawed any of our kids, though.
Yeah, he tolerates them. He knows their family. If you really want to get on his good side, make sure you scratch him between his shoulder blades. Cats love that.
Yeah. Anytime they ever do anything to him, he won't even run away. Like, I'm like, be smart, run, just go hide. But he'll lay down and cower where they're hitting him or where they're pulling on him, and he'll just lay there. And I'm like, don't. Get
I
up
saw
and go.
this video of this big cat, and this child about the same size of it was like, pulling at it, doing the thing kids do, and the cat's just laying there. Occasionally it would like get up and walk 5 feet away. Anyways, Grill's taking his time. I need to like get. No, that wouldn't work. Really
Yeah, when he said he felt nature calling, I think it was number 2.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be real here though. It's just as loud as if I rolled it myself. And I can roll it myself slightly faster.
Supposedly it's more random.
Yeah, no, this one is randomized, but
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've gotten a pretty random spread usually.
Usually. And the thing is like, as long as the dice seems good, then it's fine, right? But it's when a dice seems to roll the same number a lot, the dice tower can fix that.
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes you just roll the same number a lot. It happens.
It's
does. Statistically improbable, but it is possible.
Yeah, like you rolled 3 3s in a row last week or something on a die 20.
Mm-hmm. It do be like that though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had a player that crit double-odded with a dice bot twice in a row.
That's wild.
On skeletons. The weakest of weak mobs. Ridiculously low armor class, only 1 hit die. Fucking skeletons.
Yep.
What really kills me at the North Party is that no one fucking tries to turn the undead. Oops. I mean, that landed on my lap, so I should allow it, but I'll re-roll it. Okay, yeah.
And I see that you got Velkin trying to roleplay the chaotic and break a law and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Trying.
As long as she's trying, right? Not everybody's gonna be the best role player, but she tried.
Mm-hmm.
As long as she keeps it up now. All she needs to do is do the funny spell descriptions like you do, the bippity boppity boops.
Yeah, pretty much. Just be chaotic is what I'm trying to tell the players, They should try and break a law. They should do that, but yeah. Chaos.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry for the delay there.
That is okay.
Okay. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. And one of those possible 3.
Okay, so, yeah. So there's no real telling where they're at. Just their direction, and I will break off the scrying dungeon master.
Alright. As you, are, pulling out, all of a sudden they hold on up and they start scanning around, and Felix says, hold on, I think I just saw something. And at that point, you cut out. They detected you right as you started to pull off of them. That didn't go how I was anticipating it. Oh,
Okay.
alright. Once this here is done, what is your plan?
Okay, so... Shit. They were headed northeast, I'm thinking. Where is that cartographer at?
Northeast in a forest area. On a road.
Yeah. Or is it just called maps in this one?
No, it's the sign cartographer on this one, but on this one it doesn't even exist. You're thinking of Denalia. Yeah, here it would be maps. That's right, brain fart. The top one would probably serve you best for the overall view, but if you need to zoom in on the quadrants.
Huh. So was that road cobbled or no?
Give me a second. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll my percentiles on the table. No, it was not. The party, spoiler, the party hadn't seen that road before, so I got to decide right then and there. Nah, it ain't. Trodden on dirt, kind of a hilly area. More pine trees, but yeah.
Okay. And where was that other last known location for those guys? What city was that near?
If I'm recalling, last time when you spied on them, they were leading like wagons of people. And that was on
Yeah,
an
but they had
east-west junction to a road.
yeah, but they had like a lair someplace. What was that near?
Oh, you mean that mountain thing that you sent the Dragon Slayers to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, over by the E in Rinvera. You've been there before, Ecroromede. Lovely place when it isn't full of undead.
Okay. Well,
They're heading northeast on a road in forest.
I'm thinking they're probably up near the dark forest.
That's what I'm thinking. Because that road in the dark forest sure heads northeast.
That, or they could be to the west.
Between Fairview and
Right.
Redlam?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
I have the best names ever.
I had to put maps to be able to read the names.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, they could be on a short jag of road someplace else that it doesn't really show on the map. But either way, now, if they are between Fairview and Red Lamb, that's something we can deal with. Did we have any rumors from Tossel or World's End or...
Well,
Wait, there was one from Portside, wasn't there?
Yeah, see, there's a holy war going on in that part of the world, or there might have been done at this point. I'm not really sure. It really depends. I might just splinter off the northern party.
But Ecroromede, perhaps we take our day. Perhaps we take our day's travel into Renvera and scry upon them again and see what more information we could get and head out from there. No?
No, because in the past they have means of blocking my scrying, and I think they may have detected me as I was breaking it off. So if I wait a few days before I look again, they may think they're jumping at shadows, and besides that, putting up that kind of protective magic takes its toll.
Mm-hmm.
So they won't want to do it for long periods.
So then perhaps, because it's going to take us a day to get to Renvera anyways, or to any other roads, basically. Oh no, Renvera's in the wrong direction, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're north of Renvera.
So here's what we should do. We should check out some of this stuff to the west. Okay? Because if by chance they are to the west, maybe we'll catch them on the road. If not, I also need to check on my neighbor. And we'll see what lies out that direction.
Aye.
Let's see. Devil-worshipping cult from Lena and Twina, the two elvish trade city and the southernmost parts of their territory. Ooh. Would be to the west. So that might be in that area.
I mean, hey, the road between Tweena and Lena, it does go northeast to southwest, so that could be it.
I gotta figure out where they are on the map.
Lower right-hand quadrant. It's Elvish lands, over by the giant thing called the Unknown.
Ah. Well, that's taking us east again.
And far south again.
Huh?
And south again, because we just went to Solia.
So, do we want to go back to the direction of Solia, and there were some monster lairs that we might come across with treasure, and maybe check out that cult? Or do we go west?
West to Tulsa?
Tossel.
Castle?
Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's a anagram for lost, so.
I'm fine with going west. I'm really not a big fan of going that far south again.
Okay.
Not for a
If
while.
nothing else, we could always pick over the ruins of Portside and see what we can salvage for sale.
From the war?
Yes, they had a holy warrior.
That's definitely a good idea. We might get lucky. Find some lost treasure someone had to run from.
Mm.
Alright, so. I mean, hey, Mead, there is something you might have forgotten that's pretty close by if you really wanted to poke at it.
Yeah, I'm probably forgetting because it's been a week.
Yeah. Longer than that, in fact. You remember you were exploring around your area and you found this cave, and there were some giant scorpions in it that you color sprayed, and you proceeded investigating in the cave. It seemed to slant downwards for a bit, but you and the party at hand stopped because there were two incredibly lifelike statues in that cave.
Yeah, I'm still hesitant on that one because I don't have anything for petrification.
This is not untrue. I'm simply pointing out something you probably would remember if you're looking for quests. That's a thing. That's probably a monster lair. I wonder what lives there.
Yeah, you remember that thing about the truly veteran characters only fear petrification and something else? Yeah. Yeah. Now, if I had something to protect me against petrification, or somebody who could do stone to flesh, okay, I'd be down with that. But as it is, no, we're shit out of luck for that.
That is correct.
I mean, you did know one guy.
I don't know why, but Velden really likes the idea of going up to an area that's war ravaged and like healing.
So Dungeon Master, we're going to get loaded up, and since I think we've got a pair of NPCs that are kind of there but not there with us, that means we need to take the wagon.
Okay.
I'm thinking we should leave them behind and make them wait till we get back, because he has taken himself out for an undisclosed amount of time now.
Well,
up to the party. I can roll it either way. I can be nice and be like, okay, y'all have been on the trail for several weeks.
We need to carry the goods anyways, so I guess their asses being in the back ain't much different.
Yeah.
We won't know they're there until they're there.
So we will saddle up one of the wagons with 2 horses and make sure that we've got a plentiful food supply and water supply in said wagon.
All right. Someone keep track of the total amounts. Doesn't have to be too important. Just make sure it's good and top it off if you need to.
Have you learned that new spell yet that you created?
I have. Would you like me to demonstrate?
Sure. You spent a lot of time creating it. I was wondering what you were up to in there, like a madman going through your books and all your different ingredients and things.
It was great. Like once a week you'd have to stop, run to the city, get more supplies, come back, keep going.
Okay, so Dungeon Master, I will cast Entangle Rope.
Alright, you have it memorized?
Yes, I do.
Sweet, okay. It takes you a segment to cast, and you feel the power rush through you into the rope that you have at hand.
And I designate it at my friend, Velden.
He throws it at me.
Now, reasonably, it functions exactly means that you designate a command word, whisper it, or so forth, and it whooshes out a segment later, takes a segment to travel, and the last segment binds them up. So, all in total, 4 segments after you started casting Velven. Ugh, it's squeezing you like a snake. You can't.
Can't get out.
And you know, reasonably, you're gonna trip and fall at some point because it's not trying to keep you balanced either.
No.
Pretty
You have a
cool,
stun
huh?
skin on.
Yes, I
I'm
do.
joking.
Man.
I won't mark it off. I won't make you mark it off. Chrome's already burning a spell today.
I was gonna say you could at least give me a dex check to see if I can manage to stay on my feet. But that's quite impressive. How do you get out of it now?
People don't, but I'll call the rope off, Dungeon Master.
Alright, and for the next however many turns, you've gotten an entangle rope, Ecroromede. The
Yeah.
rope is back, and the Dungeon Master wept.
6 turns? Or no, 9 turns. 10
That's
turns.
right, you are in the invented spells on this, not the other one. Entangle
Its
rope.
duration is 3 turns. I
Oh,
didn't
just
do-
3 turns. Okay.
Yeah. After I rope something, if I haven't killed it in the next 29 minutes, well, shit.
So you still got 20 minutes worth of entangle rope in state in case anything comes up.
Yeah.
So, advancing some time to allow for party shenanigans. Something I never thought I'd have to say with the Ecroromede, but here we are.
Loading them up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get our stasis-like NPCs loaded onto the back of the wagon.
I
With,
drag Hugo and Vasa over by their ankles and toss them in the wagon. They're lifeless corpses.
Yes, and our supplies are loaded, and get Jazeel, and we're gonna head to the littlest high priest house.
Alright, give me a second to pull up the thing.
Littlest High Priest House. This
Yeah.
reeks of Little House on the Prairie.
Okay. Distance
Where is
from...
I have his name wrote down here someplace.
Oh, that's your neighbor.
Yeah.
The guy you were talking about. Yes. He just wants to be left alone.
For the most part, he does, yes.
To be fair,
Uh,
mid.
Mika, Vasa, no, that was Mike, Vasa, Greg, Vi, John King, Peter, Cassie, Borgov, Doras, Scorpius,
I swear that
Umbra,
doesn't
Autumn,
check right, but yeah.
Stephen Burns, Thorin, Johnny O'Cash,
Just
Arma,
gonna make it that.
there's Velkin, Ileo, Sejuani, Valis, Valen, Yelron, Arkin Flan, Velvin,
You're thinking of
Hugo.
Myrnal, by the way.
Savrat, huh?
Myrnal.
Myrtle, yes. His name was not on here.
I would like to note, too, Dungeon Master, that I left back at the keep my book of Drow Wars and the +1 leather armor.
Duly noted. So you're currently wearing the ring and the mundane armor?
Leather armor, that is correct.
Okay, so let me do the crunching here. You have... Leather armor becomes armor class 8. What's your dexterity?
-3.
-3 to your thing, so that 8 becomes a 5, and you're wearing a ring of protection +2.
Yes, sir.
Alright, when you make a saving throw, that ring gives you a 2
I
to the
know.
saving throws.
I know, it's so good.
It is pretty good. Can't wear magic
this
armor with
is
it, but it works. Okay. Oops. Alright, how fast does the party intend to travel over the wilderness, which, you know, has converted from more of an open desert into forested woodlands, kind of dryish as you get closer to the red desert, but, yeah.
Okay, can we manage 2 miles an hour?
You can certainly try.
Well, the big concern is the wagon fitting in between the trees and shit.
You're probably gonna have to tone it down a little bit. I'm gonna call it... Yeah, it gets rough at points. Damn, out 5.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm gonna rule you moving at that many miles per hour safely. Okay, well, I just rolled for the next 3 hours. When you know it, not a damn thing happens. So.
So we make it to Myrtle's?
No, it's gonna take you longer than that.
Oh, okay. I've never met this Myrtle fellow. Tell me about him, Ecroromede.
He is below average height. He is,
Or...
for anyone.
Some
He
dwarves
prefers-
might consider him about average.
He prefers a solitary life. He has an iron golem as his hand servant, and he's quite fond of his ale. and I tend to leave him alone unless there's business. But since it's been a while and I understand he went off to fight in some holy war, possibly the one to the west that we're going to investigate, this is a courtesy call. Be
Ah,
polite. He's powerful.
All
of
right.
course.
Well, party. You all talk as you travel, of course, and keep an eye out
Yes.
for
Yep.
danger. But bandits fail to spring from the bushes to attack and demand your coin, either because they're too smart or because they weren't there in the first place. And if Jaziel trailblazing with meat on his back, you all pass for a number of hours, and it's about midday or so. Ecroromede, you figure you're making decent time.
Okay.
The landscape has, of course, changed and become grown in at this point. It's possible once upon a time you could even see Myrnle's location from where you are now, but right now there's trees, so forth.
Okay. Now, since there are no roads between my establishment and Myrtle's, I'm kind of looking at it like the best round. That way, like I might cut a path at a later date. You know, nothing too obvious, so somebody crossing it perpendicularly might not even realize it's there. But a clear enough path that I could take a wagon without having to steer around every damn tree in the forest, so to speak.
Alright, you'll try and map something like that out. It might take a few back and forths to really get something good going, obviously.
Yeah, but just something to keep an eye on, a little slightly idlish as we travel. And other than obviously my spyglass is of no use in this environment. And when we start getting hungry close to noon, we will stop. And Melvin, if you would please keep watch while I study up on the spell to
No
recover.
problem. Keeping
All right.
Overwatch.
So, Dungeon Master, 15 minutes to get my spell back. And then, whenever the horses are rested and good, because I'm sure we'll be there for longer than 15 minutes, then I'll eat. And
And I'll eat once Acromede's done studying.
Alright.
yeah, and then we will hit the road again. And I want to get a couple of drags again real quick. I'm sorry.
Alright. Well, yeah, you all get that done without a problem. My rolled lunchtime hour is clear.
Yep.
And let's keep checking. Ooh.
While we're sitting and having lunch,
Mm-hmm.
I pull out my scroll tube with the picture of Yelram, and I look at it for a little bit, 5-10 seconds, and then I put it away and put it back in my backpack.
Alright.
And then I ponder to myself why I can't get her out of my mind. Like no other before have I ever been this struck.
Yeah, Gina. I wish I could tell you.
You don't need to tell me. I'm loving role playing it without knowing it. It's awesome.
One day you will know, and you shall. You're. I don't know. You're either gonna laugh, scream, or cry, or probably all three.
all three for sure, and I'll love every second of it. Good role play is good. Like you said, if your character dies in good role play, it's an amazing time.
Alright, this is probably going to be a non-encounter, but there will be a
Okay.
perception check.
On the road again. Just can't wait
Chasing
to
down
spend
the
certain
journey.
death again.
You had to spend certain death.
Spend certain death again, yeah.
You get to sing the same song when you're a dungeon master or the player.
So, I'll need a perception check from the party. Jaziel passes.
That's a fail for Velvin.
Alright, there was a
Getting it
slight penalty because these things. Ecroromede, you should pass. Velvin, fail. Okay, Jaziel may or may not have passed. So, yeah, Ecroromede, partially because you're keeping an eye out looking for a trail and such, and just partially passive perception, if you will. You spy something that was up in one of the trees before it darts away, like behind cover or something.
How high up in the trees?
About 10 to 15 feet in the air or so. By one of the branches.
Small?
It
Large?
looked
What?
to be about the size of a man. You didn't really catch a glimpse of it. It was more movement that was too big to be anything other than maybe like a giant owl or something, if one of those was up and around here.
All right. Surreptitiously keep watch and my hand up the crossbow.
Okay. And give me a second perception check. Hey, Dom.
Okay.
Hey, there you go. That's
Okay.
better.
Yeah, Ecroromede, for the next couple minutes, you're keeping an eye out, looking around, and finally you look over your shoulder as the party passes. You see there's a humanoid figure that was crouched up in the trees. It looks like a giant cat human thing. It's like crouched behind one of the trees, barely peeking out, watching you all. You don't think it spotted you.
And about how far away is it?
Oh, it's about 20 or so feet up in the air, clinging onto the tree as a cat would. And as far as distance, you're maybe about 80 feet or so away from it, and distance is gaining.
Okay. So we're pretty much passing it. We've passed it.
It saw you, hid, you kind of saw it, but wasn't sure where it was, kept looking around, it hid, and as you're passing by, you're continuing to look at, and that's what it is.
All right. Yeah, I think we'll just continue going.
It seems to have spotted you as you come to that decision because it ducks back behind the tree, and you see the branches further up rustling a second later.
Okay.
Clippity cloppity.
It's one of those things where it's basically a non-encounter. If Jaziel wasn't there, the two Tabaxi might have tried to do something, but with Jaziel there, it's like, nope, fuck that. Okay. Now, the time will be about there. And, yes, the party will arrive. They'll burst through some trees, and aha, the tree line is gone. And there's kind of an open plains section, and up on top of a low hill, right where you remember it being, except now it's covered with grass and weeds and some vines covering one of the windows. It's actually, my bad, didn't have windows. Is the small stone hut that was Myrnle's. Is the Myrnle's? Hard to say. It looks fairly overgrown at this point.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go on up there, dismount, and looking for traces of movement, like somebody coming in or going out.
Right. As you all get closer, it becomes fairly discernible, the sign that's up to the front of the door. The gone fishing sign?
Yeah.
Gone murdering.
Okay.
It looks kind of old.
All right. Then he has not returned.
I like this guy.
All right. In that case, no windows, so he can't peek in. Not opening the door. I know better than that shit.
You've got your entangled rope. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. All right. Well, about what time is it, Dungeon Master?
3 or so p.m.
All right.
You spent the larger half of the day traveling here.
Okay. Let me look at because. Okay, now isn't he on the same side of the road between Ironkeep and Oasis, or is he on the other side of that road?
Here, give me a second. I got you. I'm just going to pop this in maps. Chromie, this should be mostly on world for you. Up in the upper left corner, that pencil marking does say parts of Oasis. Obviously.
Okay. There's the spring. Right, Oasis being there. Okay. So yeah, we're still east of that road from Oasis to Ironkeep. All right. In that case, Dungeon Master, let's start headed. Since I should be familiar with this area, are we closer to that road or closer to the east-west road?
The road to the south would be closer. The east-west road would take you almost twice as long to get to. At least last time you checked.
Yeah, then let's head south and head towards the highway there.
Alright. It is about that many miles. I'm going to rule it, and again, you're traveling at about that speed. Speed here is a bit easier. Maybe Myrtle was lucky, or maybe that's just how it ended up being, but that path he picked to get to his thing, the one marked with the signs, go away, fuck off, go away,
Yeah.
seriously. All those, they do mark a pretty clear path, and you're able to get closer to that 2 miles per hour you wanted to get to.
Okay, good.
Yeah, funny enough, your trail that you picked for the Mead to the southern road is also clearer than the forest you've had to fight your way through at points.
Good.
Okay. This will put y'all not over there, because I can close this out, actually. I don't need this. Why do I have the North Party's encounters up? Blig. And Dom
And we
dropped.
lost Dom.
Alright,
Hi,
he
Dom.
listened. He did not want to be. Moving forward, so, yeah, that should put the party at about there. So about an hour or two till sunset, when the party does actually manage to make it to the southern road. The road obviously goes east to west. It is made of those cobblestones that glitter distractingly in the sunlight. Now that it's no longer marking a desert, it's like so out of place, Like because the sands also glittered in the desert, it blended in more back then, but now it's, not quite forested. This is more grassy plains here, but yeah, it's there. It's distracting.
Okay. And about how much daylight have we got left, Dungeon Master?
Maybe an hour or two till nightfall.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and continue west for half an hour and then pick out our campsite.
Alright. The Dungeon Master desperately needs to take a shit.
Well, Dungeon Master, you should go take a shit.
Alright. Hold on, let me just track your thing there. Okay, so now you are miles to... I assume you're going to the four-way crossroad intersection thing? So...
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to call it that of that many. You traveled for half an hour. It becomes that. Good. Once you hit the road, are you going back up to 3 like you normally do?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Taking a shit, hour before lunch or hour before dinner or time or so, you'll find a decent spot to camp. BRB.
Okay, and I'm going for a smoke. So, yeah.
There we go.
All right. I trust I beat Double M getting back.
You did. His shit did take longer. So I have the map, girls, downloaded, so I can zoom in on it, the big map, and I can move it around and go to all the different towns and stuff.
Cool.
It's much nicer. So you said we're gonna go to the crossroads here between Ironkeep and Oasis, right?
Yeah.
Then we head north from there.
What are we headed north for?
Oh, where are we headed?
West. Look
Yes.
over near
Yes.
the west coast.
Yep.
Port side.
Port side. Port side. I don't see a port side. Hold on, I'll check the other map. Maybe it's on the smaller map, not on this one. Port side. World's End, Fairview, Charles. Okay, I see it. Port side, way down there. Yep.
Yeah.
That's where the war has been going on?
The war has been going on throughout that entire region that you just listed off.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good.
I took that shit to a whole nother level, but that's same shit, different story. Things you could say if you took a dump in an elevator. Anyways, so party is an hour or so before nightfall, setting up camp.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Whew, that's a fun number. And this
We're
still technically
stuffing
qualifies as a
stuffing the dummies and
Yes.
putting them by the campfire because both of us will be outside the campfire.
page 52. Okay. Continue idly chatting. Let's take a look at this thing.
Then
And of course, yeah, we'll eat. And
do you have any more studying to do, Ecroromede?
no, I'm full up.
Then again, I will ponder. I will pull out my scroll tube and picture and look at it and put it away and ponder to myself again. What kind of spell does this woman have me under? And then move on to surviving again.
Alright, so yeah, the party has set up a camp not too far from a crooked old oak tree, which is nearby the small stream running kind of east-west as well, I guess, for want of a better way of describing it. Yeah, no. So, who's getting water for the campsite?
Shit. I don't know. We'll flip a coin. I'll roll a d6. 1 through 3, me.
As the other person would be at camp, that person's going over to the thing to get the water.
I rolled a 6. So, Velvin, it's you, I guess.
Okay, I'm going to get water.
Alright, so Velvin, as you go to get water, I need to check two things here. Oh yeah. So you end up kind of near the tree, you know, it seems to be the best spot to get water. There's even like a thing you can tell animals have used this here footpath or so forth to get water.
It's a low spot. Yep.
Yeah, best spot to go get water from the stream. As you go to get it, you will feel something very strong grab your arm and begin yanking you towards the tree. As you look up, you'll see one of the tree branches has wrapped itself around your arm and is beginning to move you towards this sort of bolt hole, which opens up, displaying several sharp teeth. Give me an initiative and then a nil.
Okay, initiative is a 2. And
let's get
a
something
new.
short. Yeah, sure, screw it, why not? Let's do this one.
Where's the actions right there? Is this the right spot? Actions right here. Yep. Okay.
And Ecroromede, you're entitled to a perception check. Jazeel is still there, so I'll roll for him. Damn it, he rolled a 17. Maybe he's going off to chase a rabbit or something he found, or maybe something bigger.
5
Okay, Ecroromede, you'll have a slightly delayed action, but you will observe this as Velvin's probably going to shout out, Oh, what? Ah!
Yes, I was screaming.
Screaming loudly, grabs his scimitar with the other hand and attacks the thing on your arm. Okay, it's a tree branch. It appears to have
I'm trying to
animated
cut
and
it off.
grabbed you.
I'm
Yep.
trying to cut off that tree branch. I want to get both hands free. Because right now I assume I can't grab another scimitar with that hand.
Are you ambidextrous?
No.
No. Okay, and it would have been your right arm it grabbed, so yeah, you're attacking at a penalty of 2 because offhand.
Yep.
Run charge with sword and shield. Okay, Ecroromede, you'll draw forth your sword shield, move to run charge, you get an attack at the end of the round. And okay, Velvin, I'll need an initiative roll from you.
The same one or the first one?
Did you already roll? I'm sorry.
Yep, 2.
2. Okay, you do not have initiative. The tree drags you kind of close, and your legs kind of skitter against the ground. You're fighting it, but Jesus, this thing's strong. That being said, you managed to get your scimitar free, and you rolled a hit.
Let me check out here. So I rolled a 6 plus 1 is 7 plus 3 for the scimitar is 10 minus 2 because it's my offhand. So 8 at 7.
Fighter! 7th. 8. Hits! Dice damage.
Nice. 4 plus 1 for strength plus 3 is 8.
8 points of damage. You successfully sever the limb of the tree. It falls to the ground, kind of twitches and is still. As Ecroromede, you move on up. The tree has 3 more limbs that it appears to be trying to move to grab either Velvin or you, Ecroromede. Ecroromede, you're entitled to roll to hit one of them, or if you have a different idea, say it now.
Did I see that it lost its grip on Velvin?
He cut it straight off. It didn't lose its grip. He severed the limb with his other hand.
Okay, in that case, Dungeon Master, I'd like to add a shocking grasp to my attack.
Certainly. Roll to hit. I'm going to have you target one of the arm branch things that's trying to grab at you.
11 before
Hits.
any bonus. Okay, large.
The tree does count as large. Dice it.
3 plus 12 is 15, but I was charging Dungeon Master.
Yep, 15 physical charged. Okay. And dice electrical damage?
17.
17. Alright, yeah. The tree shudders as the jolted lightning passes through it. You easily sever through its thing. You know, that sword cuts through those branches like they're made of butter type of deal. And yeah, no, the other 2 arms seem to be retreating as rapidly as they can. This thing can't exactly retreat, but it's not trying to attack y'all anymore. Y'all have options for round 2. Alright.
Starting to feel real eerie here.
Now, Ecroromede, you take a step back. Velvin, you do not, but you do draw your second scimitar. Ecroromede, what are you saying to the tree?
Hail, tree. Do you speak?
And the tree does not seem to respond, but you can see its branch arm things are kind of quivering, probably from the pain or something that you've caused it.
Alright. Try alignment tongue, Dungeon Master.
Chaotic Evil. Alright, you say something in alignment tongue towards it. Let me check out this thing. There's alignment there. If the tree hears you, it might not understand you. If it understands you, it's not responding.
Velvin, back away from it.
Okay, I back up. Could I try my alignment tongue? Is there a difference?
What alignment are you?
Neutral evil.
Neutral Evil. So yeah, it would be different. And yeah.
Then
That
I
being said-
will try it too then, I guess.
Alright, so Velvin, you're saying something in alignment tongue.
I will say, Tree, why did you attack me?
Alright, alignment language is pretty restrictive. There's not a whole lot you can do with it. It's basically just a declaration of your alignment. It's primarily used to try and establish basic communication with monsters that, hey, I'm intelligent, you're intelligent, we're likely aligned, let's barter. Or if you're some random monk trying to get a monk teacher, and it's like, oh, I'll teach you if you and I share the same ideals, and you tell them something in alignment, it's like, you two follow the right way of things, or you don't, so I'm
I get
charging
it.
you triple. Anyways, Ecroromede, fire gout?
No, still thinking about that though. Gonna try Orcish on it.
Alright,
Long
try
shot.
Orcish.
I know.
So far, it doesn't seem to be responding to it. In fact, it appears to be trying to maintain normal position now. It's no longer, like, shaking. You notice that there are no leaves on this tree. It looks, I mean, other than, the scorch marks and such now, it doesn't look very healthy.
How
We've
big
got
is the
so
tree?
many things now.
Say again, Ecroromede?
How big is this tree?
The tree is large. It's about 20 feet or so wide. It's got multiple branches, but 4 of them were the larger ones that were moving around that are closer to the base.
20 feet wide?
Give or take, yeah?
Oh,
That's-
destroy this thing.
Wait, is that the width of the branches and shit, or the
No,
width
width of the trunk.
20 feet wide trunk?
Holy frack.
Maybe I'm
Oh.
thinking that's too big. Yeah, screw it,
That's
keeping it.
like-
It's a wide boy.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
no, picture maybe looks a little different. Yeah,
Let's
make that 10.
10? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
That's-
burn it.
No, not yet. Look,
Need some magical bark.
no, look, see here. Let's step up, Dungeon Master. Let's go ahead and go get the water out of range of its tree branches.
Alright, a bit harder to get it, but yes, you'll be able to get the water easy enough.
So we'll talk as we go, and keeping an eye on that thing. It tried to grab you. It tried to stuff you in its mouth, right?
Yes.
If it's been doing that, then somewhere deep underneath of it or inside of it is whatever treasure other helpless people have parted with. So
You watch Velvin's eyes widen as he realizes what you're saying is probably true.
So instead of loading ourselves down with the treasure, which is probably going to be more common stuff than good stuff, we leave it here to defend our treasure for us. We get it on the way home.
All right. Well,
It's
what
not
if some-
going anywhere. If it can
someone else-
move, it probably won't go far. But I bet it's been here for quite some time. It's found a watering hole that the animals come to. It gets a meal easily enough. It likes this spot, obviously. Dungeon Master, do I see any other scars on it of a recent nature?
Not that you can easily tell, but you're no druid.
No, but come on. If you hit an axe with a tree, it leaves a chop mark.
If you hit an axe with a tree, you break the axe, usually.
Okay. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm not seeing any gouges in the bark or
Doesn't
anything
look like it, no.
Okay, so this thing's been fairly successful. So let's leave it here. And even if it does move, it probably won't go far. It's smart enough to hunt over a baited stream, so to speak.
Is it living enough that you could scry on this creature again, knowing it now?
Now that I've seen it, I could scry on it again, yes.
Ecroromede, you're
even
committing
in-
the tree to memory?
I don't think I have a choice on that, since, I've got the photographic.
I give you a thing there where it's like, yeah, I saw that before, I get an intel check on it versus, okay, I'm committing it, in which case you have perfect recollection,
Yeah, I'll go ahead and commit its face, or whatever it's got around that hole or mouth, or whatever it has, to memory.
And boom, now you can scry it with basically perfect chances. There's still a tiny chance of error, as you know, but it's minuscule.
Yeah. Damn, I thought about turning it into a cactus and then transporting it home.
Oh, switch it out for Dave, and then randomly one day.
No, I mean plant it in the front yard.
Then you have to feed it.
That's true.
That sounds like too much work for the bonus it would gain.
Yeah.
As easily as its arms were cut off.
It'll probably grow new ones.
Most likely.
Anyhow, Dungeon Master, yeah, we're going to get our water and go back to camp. And this thing is actually going to offer our campsite a buffer.
If something crawls out of the water, it's probably going to grab that thing, yes.
Okay. So, yeah. I mean, we know
And
where
leave
this
it to Grills.
campsite is. Huh?
Leave it to
Yep.
Grills. Leave the monster alive, it can defend us better.
Yeah. Leverage.
Yeah, we don't need experience. We'll get that later on the way home when we're going to train.
Now, if only we had a druid with us that could speak with plants. Oh well. Or a monk that could
We
speak
speak
with
with
plants.
plants.
Oh well.
Yeah, so
Dungeon
speaking of
Master.
which, nighttime formation.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking we do, Delvin, since it's just me and you, and Jaziel, who's probably about to go off hunting. We'll sit up for a little bit, chatter, hour or two, and then you take 4 hours, I'll take 4 hours, and then we'll just start early. We'll each get 4 hours of sleep, and
Travel a little bit in the dark. I'm cool with that. We've both got the ability to see in the dark.
so let Jaziel know that, don't hunt too long because we want to get an early start.
Jaziel nods.
Okay. And Jaziel, stay away from that tree by the water.
Well, Jaziel nods. At one point or another, he noticed y'all sitting by there, saw the twitching branches on the ground that stopped moving, and put 2 and 2 together. He ain't stupid. Alright.
Okay.
So, talk for about an hour.
Yeah, an hour or so.
Then who's on
That
first
way.
watch?
Delvin's got first watch. And of
So-
course, I will camp outside of the firelight because we do have a camp set up with dummies sleeping. And yeah.
Oh, you put the bodies of Hugo and Vasa. Sorry.
No.
I need to get a water, and then I'll roll for encounters.
Okay,
Fear
and
me.
Delvin is doing his usual outside the firelight, dancing in the shadows.
Duly noted. Am I correct in assuming you are avoiding a certain section by the water with the killer tree?
Are we that close to the water with the killer tree?
No, but when you're circling outside campfire light, you know.
When I move to that side, I'll just make sure to keep my eye on him.
Duly noted.
If he wants to grab at me again, I'll have my scimitars ready to cut off his limbs.
Duly noted. Alright, be right back.
Yeah, that was a clever joke he said about the NPCs in the back of the wagon. But I'm like, no, I said dummies, not morons.
I didn't hear that. Dummies, not morons. He came, he saw, he left. Went right back to Aiden and Mika's gaming channel.
He didn't go back there immediately.
I looked and I saw him back there like within 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
he didn't stay, and he ain't there now.
Oh, you're correct. Look at that. Maybe I didn't see him there then. Maybe that was I saw the wrong tag because I was looking for the multiple names because, in every server we got a different name.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome
We
back.
are. And we're off.
So, Velvin, how are you measuring the amount of time you're on watch?
Oh, same I always do, guesstimating.
Alright, so you guesstimate about 4 hours have passed by the fact that you keep yawning. You're going to wake up Ecroromede?
I pushed myself a little further into the yawning. Maybe another hour past yawning. Because I know I'm going to be tired when I start my watch. So.
Give me a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Is that a die 20, Dungeon Master? I rolled
Jesus.
an 8, and
Jesus.
I have an 11. Woohoo! I passed.
Yep, you pass your wisdom check, and yeah, Vel, you're gonna fall asleep pretty soon, whether or not you're standing. You might want to wake up Ecroromede.
All right, then I'll get him.
Right.
Ecromede. As I'm bobbing back and forth with my head. Ecromede. Wake up.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just
Then, Dungeon Master, I will arise and let Velvin get some sleep, and I will take watch, as my custom is. Moving
As your ball
silently,
costume is.
hiding in shadows. Shield and crossbow ready.
Now, likewise, obviously, occasionally you have to dip back in to feed the campfire if you want to keep that fake camp going up. And
Oh yeah.
you're keeping watch by guesstimating as well, Ecroromede?
Well, there's no way to tell the time by the moon on your world, is there?
No. You don't
Damn,
have
it
a second
still
one to compare phases with. It's just, it's there.
still isn't natural. A world with one moon. Ugh.
Maybe the other one's just been
Yeah.
out of phase for a really long time.
Are you guys telling me that we have 2 moons?
On
Kobo?
Denalia, yeah. On
I
Koho,
mean,
yeah.
I mean on Earth.
I
No?
mean, there's the one the government doesn't want you to know about. It was featured in Moonfall.
Okay.
What if
Little
the moon was
Castro
out?
banned the second moon from Canada.
Moving on.
Uh, so yeah, just assigned to guesstimating, and your intel's a 17, and okay. Hey, Chromie, I'll need one of those wisdom checks from you too, because damn man, you've had what, 4 or 5 hours of sleep? You're still tired.
Oh crap. No, I've rolled an 18.
Yeah, Chromie, you go to refill the campfire, and you just kind of close your eyes for a second to just feel the warmth, and yeah, you fall
No.
asleep at one point or another.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It's awesome.
Yep. Sit down for a second on a stump or something, and just need to rest your brain for a second. Anyway, at some point or another, one of the two of you is going to wake up as the sun rises and light shines upon Denalia. The night
Damn.
passed without any encounters.
That we know about. We could have had our pockets picked in the middle of the night. Well, Chrome, you
Yeah,
were sleeping on watch. Come on, old man. What's the matter
Come
with
on.
you?
Come on, I was railroaded.
You failed the wisdom check, didn't you?
Yeah, I rolled an 18, damn it.
And your wisdom even went up when you got old.
I don't think it did.
Yeah, 1 point of wisdom and 1 point of int.
Oh yeah.
Mine is-
No, I didn't get the int, but I got the 1 point of wisdom.
I think, yeah, it's a whiz that goes up, not int. There's an
Oh,
easy way to check
that's
this. DMG.
I thought it was 1 and 1.
Zippity zoopity all the way to the top.
Because you lose so much strength back in the con.
I know.
Well, you're getting old. You know. Okay, at old, subtract 2 points of strength, 2 points of dex, 1 point of con, add 1 point of wisdom. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Venerable is when you get the point of whiz and int, but you have to subtract another point of strength, dex, con, and then, yeah, add 1 and 1.
Alright, so yeah, Dungeon Master, we will get
Cool.
breakfast and eat.
Ow. Okay, getting breakfast and eating. Jesus Christ, my back. I don't know. My back was fine, and then I sneezed kind of hard today, and everything hurts.
Ooh. I bet you tried to stifle it, didn't you?
No, I thought let it go as a normal sneeze, and all of a sudden, oh, ow, ow, and I just kind of sat there for 10 minutes waiting for it to go away. Anyways, morning has come, light has shined upon Denalia. Mark off your rations for breakfast, of course, and then.
Okay. That's coming out of the wagon.
And yeah, just someone keep track of how much rations you've actually put in the wagon, and
I keep track on my sheet of how much stuff I've put in the wagon, how much I have in my backpack, and how much I have back at the keep.
Okay, I figured about 2 weeks for each of us, so 4 weeks worth, and I'm marking it off by meals.
Alright, that's good for you. Just someone make sure they're keeping track or throwing gold. So,
Yeah.
you get those off, and at this point, you've eaten breakfast, your zeals come back, campfires burned down, obviously, at one point or another.
Okay. Load the dummies back onto the wagon, and get the horses fed and hitched up.
Alright.
And then we will start moving out.
Alright.
And Dungeon Master, since we are on the road again, I will be able to utilize my spyglass, at least for the road and any other open terrain. And we should be able to make that healthy 3 miles an hour.
Yeah, horses are able to do that nice and easy, and that brings us to about that time of day. The party will make it to the crossroads after a few hours of travel without any significant difficulties. Occasional hill
Okay.
here, curve over there. Wait, was that something in the trees? Oh, it was just a bird. Was there a different type of bird? No, it's just a
Oh,
bird.
and Dungeon Master, I meant to tell him about the cat people I spotted in the forest back there.
Alright, you could tell him about that over breakfast.
Yeah. I mean, there was one, maybe two, blah, blah, blah. They were afraid, so
Cowards.
I might be able to leverage them
Velvin, would
later,
you like to
so.
fight Jaziel?
Did I say I wanted to? Me and Jazeel
Don't
are
be
buddies.
don't be calling cowards if you ain't ready to put your money where your mouth is. Or
Hey,
I'll
what
send
do you
something
say?
that isn't afraid of a nightmare.
I already fought a nightmare. Ooh, on you. Send him back now that we got a tangle rope.
All right, so yeah, Dungeon Master, we're gonna travel. When we get to the crossroads, I'll look north and south before we continue.
Give me a second, let me check. Nope, although close. And nope, although close again. Obviously, it looks about the same as it did before, except the terrain has changed from desert to grasslands, forests, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
Obviously, if you go far enough to the south, far enough, it becomes desert once more. But, yeah. In fact, no, you're fairly certain it's not doing an earthquake right now.
Okay.
So, the party does want to head west. Do I even have
Correct.
that number crunched? Alright, I'm gonna need a second.
We're going to the Wild Wild West.
Yep.
As
Okay.
we bounce into the Wild Wild West.
10, 13.
Here, I'll even put it over for you. Oh, now take it off.
22, 30, 37. I apologize, I just got to do math here.
Ecroromede, I think we forgot something in your attack against the tree.
What?
You charged. That would have been double damage.
Yeah, so the thing about the branches is they take 6 hit points of damage and then they die.
Oh, he hit the branch, not the
So
tree,
he
it
hit it
didn't
for
matter.
like, 30, and okay, 30 is still enough to kill it. You cut it up real good, like a hot knife through butter, but you hit the branch, not the trunk.
Yeah, just the
I
electrical
designated,
damage
okay,
went
what are
through
you
the trunk.
attacking? Okay, I'm gonna have you attack a branch,
Yep.
Yeah,
The things that are moving towards you.
Damn it, I almost lost my place, guys.
That was a hell of a hit, though.
Uh-huh.
That was 47 hit points in one strike.
Reasonably, that's why it backed off. It's, should I tell y'all? Nah, you plan to do stuff with it. You get to stay in the
Yeah,
park.
don't
50,
tell us.
52, 53.
But yeah, it hurt.
Okay, I have crunched what should be the correct number of miles. Give me a second.
It's unrooted saplings felt that pain. The furniture made from its ancestors felt that pain.
Okay, I have a number.
I have the number.
Yep.
It's 52.
It actually isn't 52. It's a different number that may or may not end in 2. Alright, 3 miles per hour.
Yippers.
Okay, after about 3 or so hours of traveling, the party starting to get the rumbling and the tumbling.
Okay, so we'll stop for lunch. And I'm marking it off. Blicky and Ticky.
I'm gonna give it a D2 because that could be one or the other. It's the first one. Leave a mark.
Okay, so what exactly do we know about this holy war that's going on over here at Ecroromede? Are the cities warring with each other?
It's the various religions in the cities, but kind of kill them all, let my God sort them out, kind of thing, I think. Let's see, I'll read it. The Temple of Terran in Portside has been destroyed at midday of day 357, year blah blah blah. The ground shook violently and the temple collapsed after sustaining 1 month of extended siege via hit-and-run attacks perpetrated by followers of Nemesis. And isn't the Merlin or
Myrnal.
Myrnal? Isn't he a priest of Nemesis?
He has introduced himself as a high priest of Nemesis before.
Yeah. The priests of Terran have either fled to World's End or been publicly executed. Crows fill the skies above Red Lamp. So yeah, there should be some easy pickings there.
I mean, for what it's worth, look at the date on that, and then look at the date where it currently is. That was almost a year ago.
Oh. Well, it's the last damn thing in the
Yeah, because Denalia's North Party is... it's annoying. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Still, it's going to take more than a year for them to rebuild all that shit.
Oh, definitely. There might be loot aplenty. But for all I know, the Holy War has resolved. Like, I'm trying to run concurrent things, which means, Where did this one go? I think this came from over here.
Well, if Myrnal hasn't returned home and it's over a year done, then he's either dead or occupied with holy business.
One or the other, I'm ruling. You know, as basically the highest ranking priest they have around these days, he's busy either being dead or commanding them, okay, you get this team there, that team there, quell whatever insurrectionists remain.
Now, as I was just reading that, let's see. World's End. Okay, so he may be continuing the offensive at World's End. I will check the map. Where is that? That is, that would be north. So after we hit Red Lamb, Fairview, head to World's End. Fuck it. See what the deal is up there. They could be fighting and shit going on even now.
Y'all are really gonna make me do this, huh?
Well, I mean, unless we find a monster in between here and there and fill our wagon with gold and precious things, then
we could also try and give another scry on Felix, and when another day has passed.
Another day. We'll wait for another day.
Yep. Tomorrow at breakfast. That'll be day 3. But first, we must make it through this day before we count our breakfasts.
Yeah, because this party is so in danger of shit.
This is the world of 900 terrors.
900, huh? I see
Well,
how
I didn't
it
want
is.
to call it 1,000 because it's not quite as badass as that place, man. Sorry.
Okay,
You'll get there in time.
10,000 terrors.
Oh, it's 10,000. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Well, okay, I'll give you 9,999 then. That place is scary as fuck. And the Dungeon Master's evil.
Okay. What's that?
Yeah,
I should
one
max
day.
out the hit dice in response to this absolute insult of my campaign.
Of
Sure.
course you
Yeah.
should.
One day on Cohol, the party, after a few moments of reflection and looking at certain events and what they realized, shit, the Dungeon Master's the biggest murder hobo in the crew.
Yep. You know, I should switch it to the other one, but I won't. Okay, so the party is traveling along down this road here. And... This is gonna be fun. Alright, that puts them to about there. They're still at the east-west section of road. The road hasn't started curving southward so much. And I'll need perception checks, please.
Coming in.
So it hasn't
There it
started
is.
curving southwest so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're like still right above the middle of the red desert then.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a 7, so 7 out of 13 I'll go through.
The party will easily perceive the sounds of screaming, combat, a woman crying out in pain, coming from the northeast. Northwest.
Northwest. What do we see?
Towards the northwest is a more wooded, forested area, thus line of sight is somewhat obscured. Maybe 100 or so feet in, though, there might be some clearing or something, because the party can kind of see movement through the trees.
Okay. Melvin, stop the wagon.
Stop. Dismount.
Jazeel, keep an eye on our stuff, please.
Jizeel nods.
And
Okay,
I slide out
let
of
me get a new in,
shadow.
because I'm going to start running this round by round.
Okay, and we'll pull the wagons off of the road, of course. We're not just going to stop in the middle of the road.
Okay. Let's try and sneak in and see what we see. It might be a lure.
Okay, let's see what. Yeah, it might be a trap. Let's see what we can do. We'll both try and sneak and hide. I'll have my scimitars out and at the ready. Let's go to actions.
Yep, pop it in actions. I got to run this thing round by round now.
These are glasses. I did it. Acting it up. And making like.
You said it's a forested area, right? And it's sunny out, so there should be shadows and whatnot for me to try and hide in a bit.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, now movement rate while it's sneaking, I'd put you at around 2 or 3 tens of yards per round, quarter to a sixth, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
Attempting to move silently implies that, you're measuring your steps to avoid stepping in leaves. It being spring, plenty of things around making noise. Scimitars
Well,
in hand.
The sound of screams and combat going on might help to mask any slight noises we do make.
Oh yeah, you're actually at significant bonuses here because the involved parties are kind of busy. Okay, moving closer to near Mead. Okay, so y'all begin creeping on in, and this might take you a few rounds to do just because, you do be creeping and pausing and making sure and so forth, and eventually the party, Mead in the lead, will come across, yes, there is a clearing about 100 or so feet into this here forest, a cessation of trees, maybe 80 feet north-south and 160 or so feet east-west. There's a small pile of like boulders or something in the middle of the clearing. Standing on top that is a short figure wearing leather armor of some kind. She's holding a mace and trying to wave off 2 large creatures about 7 or so feet tall. The large creatures are obviously monsters of some kind. They have ratty-looking fur thing, these weird heads that I'm going to try and describe properly. Big ears, long sharp teeth, holding these spear pike-looking things. The armor that they're wearing is piecemeal and such, and they're about 7 or so feet tall. Their backs are to the party. Give me a second, I got some messages I have to quickly look at. Okay, I'm going to have to read the rest of that later. Alright, I need just a moment, I gotta fiddle with my phone, but given this information, are there any questions the party has I can answer? Otherwise, new round, I'm gonna call this 2, even though it should be further.
I think the party already has in their heads what they're going to do.
There is more details, actually, should the party want to drink them in. 2 more of these creatures are standing by a pile of corpses nearby what looks like the ruins of a wagon, maybe a couple dead horses or fleeing horses as well. For a total of 4 of these monsters. And the one cleric on top of some boulders, maybe 10 feet high, plus her own height. And these creatures with their sticks like poking at her as she's screaming at them obscenities in some way or another. I think that covers everything.
I can't type worth a shit.
Yeah, that's a real bad spelling of assassinate, isn't it?
Assassinate. Assassinate. Assassinate.
Point. Yes. Point
Hitting
without a P.
silently, move into assassinate one of them.
That's right.
Velvin, the fearsome of
people like me
Asan.
every day. You work with people like me every day. It's okay.
Come on, fun work. Okay, fun work. Jesus Christ, this thing's just lagged. Make hand signals. Point at Velvin, point at the one on the left, aim and shoot both bolts in the one on the right. Alright, well, Velvin, you weren't looking to see what Ecroromede was doing, so both of you give me separate initiative rolls.
Oh shit! So he didn't see my hand signals.
Well, we're gonna cover that in a second. Separate initiative rolls first. Let's see who got the jump on whom.
I got the 6.
I got the 3.
Okay. I was giving Velvin a penalty of 2 because you're slightly ahead of him. That being said, that will give a 1 segment disparity there. Thus, Velvin, give me a perception check penalty of 2 as you're already lining up the shot.
I rolled a 10 of 14. That's a pass.
10 of 15, that's a pass. So yes, as you were lining up the shot on the right, you see Ecroromede making hand signals, pointing at you, then the one on the left, and then he himself is aiming. Are you adjusting your action?
Yes.
Alright, you are switching target to the left one, I presume?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you can move into the one on the left, and Ecroromede. Roll the hit, roll the hit.
6 before bonuses, both times. These are +3 bolts, so that is a 9, and of course, surprise. You know all that.
9 at, what are you, 8th at this point? 9th. 9 at 9 would hit
Assassin
that.
9.
Yep. That's good. You can dice percentage.
81.
81. You are an assassin of 9th level,
Mhm.
trying to assassinate a creature who is that many hit dice. You rolled an 81. That is a successful, hold on, wait. Because they are plus, which would bring them to the next bracket, that's right. 3 plus 1 hit die monster is equivalent to a 4 hit die monster in terms of attack matrices, and so thus, for that, you rolled an 81, it would have been an 85, so that is still a successful hit. And the creature on the right goes down. Dead.
Very
The
good.
other one, yeah, it's going to notice that in turn, and Velvin, as you were trying to creep forward with your scimitars drawn to go for the, melee assassination, ain't happening as this thing's fully aware of you. It roars out, the other two in the clearing roar out as well, in whatever language they're speaking, and move to attack. And at this point, we can do a new round 3, essentially. Technically, it's round 2.1, but I'm giving you all the new here.
Why on earth wouldn't Ecromede have waited for me to strike before pulling this crossbow arrow? Damn you, Ecromede.
Yeah, I think we had a miscommunication there.
I'm sorry then, because you didn't mention
That's
you were
okay.
waiting. Music list. Alright. I need something simple here. Attack the one I was going for. Shield attack, other 2. Okay, and party dice initiative.
You got it.
Okay. Got it here. 5.
Yeah.
Okay, party has initiative. I've got 2 attackers, a single attack, and that party moves to engage. These creatures do kind of have range. They've got these more spear-like things, and they're 7 feet tall, and these are appropriately sized, so called the spear about 9 feet tall, so they will get first strikes in, even on you, Ecroromede, although you're displaced, so fun times. Anyways, the creatures move to engage. The person on the rock is sliding on down carefully. That's taking them the round. And the first creature goes to attack Ecroromede. Ecroromede, dice percentage for me, just out of curiosity.
Double odd.
Double odd. Dice percentage again. Hit self. Critical hit.
40.
40. That's quadruple damage.
Oh, he just killed himself.
Someone give me 2d4, please.
He just fell on his spear.
You roll it, girls. You're doing good. Kill him.
5.
5. Quadruple. 20. This guy had 14 hit points. Party, a monster just crit double odded themselves, then quad damage killed themselves in a single move. I have no words.
He tried to pole vault with the wrong end of his spear.
What the fuck?
He literally tripped and fell on his spear.
What the hell, guys? What the hell? Imagine if a player did that, they'd be so pissed, and I'm just laughing. Alright, so that brings it to 1-1, and yeah, Ecroromede made the other one. Give me a second, I'm gonna check his morale.
They're not sure anymore.
2 down like that, assigning of that, their morale holds. Okay.
2 down in 3 seconds.
Alright, the other one swings at you and misses, obviously. Velvin! What
Swing.
I just rolled with percentile dice to hit you. I don't know why I did that. I rolled a not 6 though. Do you want me to keep it? No, I'm joking. All right, monster hit dice that many. But no, it didn't roll a 20. It rolled a 14. I accidentally nudged it. You are armor class there. That actually is a hit. Mark off a stone skin.
Marked off.
All right, and at this point, the party can now retaliate. Ecroromede, go first. Roll to hit.
Woohoo! 15 before bonuses.
Hits dice damage.
Large.
Dungeon Master. I should
These are
have
large.
mentioned. I should have mentioned this earlier. I should have probably attacked first because I get 3 attacks this round.
That would have helped. That being said,
Sorry.
monsters still get a thing,
Yeah.
but yeah,
They
I
got the
forgot
reach
that.
thingy.
Mhm.
Yep.
17 hit points of damage.
17 points of damage, yeah. That brings that to there. It needs to make a system shock. Okay, it passes its system shock. I'm going to check the morale again at the end of the round. And Velvin, your turn. Roll to hit.
Okay.
Assuming it's still alive, because reasonably a Chromede, you're going to murder it in a second.
This first one would be with my main hand, correct?
Yes, your offhand is just 1 attack at the end of the round. You don't get multiple attacks for an offhand.
Yep. So
I mean, you get 1 extra.
11 plus 1 is 15 at 7th.
Yeah, that's it. Dice damage. It is large. Not that for your scimitar it would matter too much.
6 plus 4, that's 10 damage.
10 points of damage. Nicely done. And system shock for him. Okay, the monsters have gotten their ass handed to them. Thus, I'm checking the morale again. It's the mid-round. Okay, yep, they're fleeing. The monsters are fleeing at top speed. Y'all can take parting shots if you wish.
I'll
I
take
wish.
parting shots at the one that I was already going at.
17 before bonuses, Dungeon Master.
You can dice damage if you truly feel like it. Velvin, you can
6
roll the hit.
plus 12.
I rolled a 19, so I'm pretty sure that's a hit.
Yep, dice damage.
Come on, can I get 10 more damage on this guy? Oh, I did. I got 11 damage. Yeah.
Nice, okay. Both of them had 4 hit points left. They're both dead.
Oh, yeah. If he had the system shock for 17, then 18 finished him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, and for those of you keeping track, bugbears.
Oh, I think I've fought those before.
So-
I will check.
The figure that was on top of yonder pile of boulders and shit in the middle of this clearing that has scrambled on down slowly and shakily is about 5.5 feet tall. She looks like she might weigh 150 pounds. She's a cerebellium. She's got, the slightly larger head. She's got blonde hair, blue eyes. She is undoubtedly female, given, certain facial and body features. She's wearing leather armor. On her back, she's got a long bow with a quiver of arrows, and in her hand, she's got a mace and a shield in the other hand, obviously.
Greetings.
She looks kind of shaky and is looking at the two of you. That mace and shield is still up, like she might be ready to fight you, but those things were tormenting her before killing her, and y'all came in and saved the day, so she's not really sure if she's got salvation or new enemies. Alright, Ecroromede, you saying anything to the woman who...
Greetings. And I go about recovering my bolts.
I'll
Sheath my
keep-
sword.
I'll keep my swords in my hands, and I'll keep Overwatch while he's picking up his bolts so she doesn't stab him in the back.
With a mace, yes.
Yeah.
Alright, she responds to your greetings with a hi, kind of shaky, and then a second later, as you go to recover your bolts, she kind of lowers her mace a bit, and thanks. Anyway, she's going over to one of the bodies that's on the other part of the clearing by those dead horses and crushed wagon.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm going to check for my bolts real quick.
Alright, yep,
And I'm-
standard saving throws, they both hit.
I'd like to check the bodies for loot, Dungeon Master.
Alright, so you're going
Bugbear?
over with the cleric to those bodies?
No, the 4 bugbears that we
4
killed.
bugbears, okay.
I'm not going to loot her friends in front of her.
In front of her. How very nice.
Yeah.
Give me a second to
I'm
pop open the
doing
monster
it.
manual, see what treasure they had. Alright, one moment please, I need to quickly do some rolls.
You do that while I go get a couple of drags.
See, because if I wanted to really do some edit character shit, I could be like, well, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the cleric we're supposed to pick up. And it's a carbon copy of a character from another campaign, so let's just murder it and take its magic items.
Alright, then that means you don't want a cleric. I'll keep that in
No,
mind.
we do want a cleric. I knew we want a cleric. That's why I'm not doing nothing.
Okay, 3 die, 8 by the looks of that. Give me a second. I'm just gonna multiply by 4 for easy numbers. Actually, I won't. And that's...
Oh, that would have been so good though if me and Ecroromede would have been in time with each other there and figured it out. If he would have mentioned holding back, and we would have got
Yeah,
double
I kind of feel bad
assassinations
about
off.
that, but at the end of the day, it's moot. I recognize you tried, and I won't hold it
Nope.
against you when you go to do that.
No,
Let's
he
see.
knows. He knows next time now. I think to say that he waits for Velvet to strike if he's going to use his bolts. Either that or both of us move in with hand weapons, right? And
Okay,
move in
so Velvin,
synchronicity.
you're looting the bodies of the big things, and the cleric is going over to her companions, and yep. Oh no, yeah, she's. Oh no, I've ruined everything. Telling you what she is. Oh yeah, can switch this out. Skip.
Okay. So, yeah, how many comrades did this Cerebellium lose? Since
3.
I can glance 3, so I can
Yep.
glance at that while I'm reloading, right?
Yep. You begin reloading. Velvin, you move on to the next body. This one had some copper, silver, and electrum on him. Okay, music.
I'll take the silver and the electrum, I guess.
All right.
I'll just add it to my
All right.
silver and
I'll
electrum.
give you the total once you're done looting all
Yep.
4 of them, and yeah. So anyway, I'm giving you 1 loot per round, same as you could get 1 auto kill per round type of deal.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it takes some time to look through the pockets or whatnot.
So yeah, between the cleric triaging her former party and
Triage. What do you mean triage? Nobody
You
got
see
hurt.
they're alive.
Oh,
not.
her
and
party.
verifying 1 after the other. Dead, died because the dungeon master said so. So after doing that, she wipes a tear from her cheek, lets you all, and says, "Don't panic." And she starts casting the spell after putting down her shield and mace, and golden light flows from her hands, and she places a cure light wounds on herself, healing herself fully from her relatively minor injuries.
A healer. And which of the gods do you follow, healer?
She wipes the tears from her eyes and responds that she follows Zarbod, the god of war.
I'm familiar with some of his practices. Well, it appears that in addition to losing your comrades, your wagon is destroyed.
Horses stolen by these things or ran off. Damned.
Velvin, did we recover anything worth a mention?
Dungeon Master, just some silver and electrum.
Silver, electrum, and some copper in the amounts of bloop.
Any decent weapons or anything?
They had these spears. That's about it.
4 spears, you say? Okay.
9 feet or so tall, mind you, so you're going to be at a penalty if you try and use that shit.
No, that's like an all pike.
Yeah, fair point, yeah, I'll give it to you as an all pike. Brain fart.
Okay, so yeah, we can sell that shit. All right.
Alright, in that case, record it as.
4
You want to split the electrum and silver, Ecromede?
Nah, you're due some pocket change.
All right.
The cleric's ignoring your coin exchange right now and going over to their companions, laying their weapons down on their chests and folding hands over it, closing eyes, putting on helmets, and saying last rites, basically.
I'll tell the cleric she can have the 56 copper pieces. I don't feel like carrying them around.
She thanks you. And just ask you, just leave it over there. She does do this thing. She will take 6 of those copper pieces and puts one over each of their eyes before closing the helmet. For good luck, she says, and yeah. The last rites and such done, she will approach the party and explain that, she was with this group and they met their unfortunate end at those monsters. That she was likely next. She's indebted to you. She doesn't like to be in debt, and she needs a party to stay with her safety, so for mutually beneficial relationship, would you all
Where were you
oppose
on
her?
your way to, milady?
Adventure.
Just adventure? No particular place?
We'd heard rumors of some monsters layering in this area. We found the monsters, we didn't find the lair.
Do you think you were close?
No idea. I mainly focused on healing the idiots when they got hurt. She's kind of looking to the side, blinking kind of hard.
So let me guess, Dungeon Master, if I were to survey the dead, just by chance, is let's see. There's just a her value. 2 elves and a human.
Human, dwarf, and elf, actually. I am just randomizing that part. Should the party opt to loot them, in addition to pissing off the cleric, you'll find they have mundane shit, so.
Yeah,
First level
no.
party equivalent with maybe the cleric slightly higher level, you don't know that part, but versus 3+1 hit die monsters of equal numbers, yeah, they went down hard. Mainly they died because the Dungeon Master said so.
There is no dead Clyde of the Dales over there.
No. He ran off.
Canon. Their 5th member was a centaur who bailed.
Yep. He fought for a while, but then bailed because they were too stupid to live.
Hey, at least their heal bot actually would have tried to heal them if she could have. Got separated. The leader's like, "Here, climb up there and cast your spell." She climbs up there and they strike down, and instead of casting, she's got to defend herself. She's parrying, and they're not even trying to kill her anymore, the monsters. They're just having some fun before they get rid of her. And then the party comes in, charging in like the gallant heroes they are. Needless to say, she is pissed off and ready for round 2 if y'all want.
Okay, so Dungeon Master, I think that was a miscommunication, because if I'd seen that that Velvin was going into a melee assassination, I would have held off until he struck or until his cover was blown.
Alright. For what it's worth, Velvin would have had a hard time meleeing them. They are 7 feet tall, and yeah. Maybe. But yeah, it worked out for the best regardless, and yeah, party, you're gonna have to communicate that or pre-plan it beforehand, because a lot of it ends up coming down to chance.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Alright.
Don't you have a missile fire weapon?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, coordinate.
Get back.
Right.
Okay.
Now, Ecroromede, I imagine those +3 bolts saved, you said?
Yes, they did.
Good.
Quite
So,
handily.
You've reloaded them.
And
Velvin's
+3
figured out
bolts.
coin.
+3 bolts.
Didn't I say
Okay.
+3? Yeah.
You said +2.
Well, the bolts have saved, and you got them. The cleric,
Okay.
she takes the copper that you give her, and, she recognizes it's the chump change, but she's not one to accept pity. She's not one to decline pity money when she needs some pity money right now.
Okay. Ask her if she needs to get anything else from her fallen comrades or their wagon.
Well, she'll look over the wagon. They just had mundane adventuring supplies. She shakes her head no. Don't even have a spade to properly bury them, so had to make do with a temporary ritual, because I imagine you all don't have a way to drag them back to civilization. And the answer is, party, no, you don't. That would be out of character for you. Fuck them. You don't know these people. Just moving forward. Unless you don't want to. Like, we can waste time if you'd like.
Well, I mean, I could incinerate their remains, but... We are headed west to the war-torn lands.
Alright. She offers to pledge, if you will, to accompany you and support you on your journey, provide healing and clerical abilities, until such time as your cleric wakes the hell up.
And what would be your name, healer of Zarbad?
Healer of Zarbad. You know, I got everything else, but I fucking forgot to give them a name. First person to come up with a good name, go. 10 XP on the table.
Willow.
Willow, done. 10 XP, Valvin.
Damn, I have names, but none of them sound female.
Well, I gotta say, Willow works.
Yeah.
You like how I did that? Instead of me
Yeah.
stuttering for it, I'm like, okay, 10 XP on the table, first person to come up with a good name gets it, go.
Works. Okay, Willow the healer. All right.
I stole her name from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That works. I gotta upgrade her hit points back to full. And yeah, I know what level she is, I know what spells she has. Look at me, I can do shit. And yeah, that, for the sake of simplicity, she's packing Cure Light Wounds unless y'all are planning to delve into a dungeon where it's like, oh, Dispel Protection from Evil would be of great use here. She's Healbot.
As long as she's packing.
All right, in that case, Dungeon Master. Yeah, let's head back to the wagon and Willow.
Yes?
My horse may be a bit disconcerting to you.
Yeah.
Treat him with respect. And we'll lead the way back to where we left Jaziel and the wagon.
Yes, Willow is obviously second guessing her quote-unquote oath, you know, her promise to guard you all, as it's like, oh, you don't need guarding, look at that thing. I guess she nods to Jaziel respectfully, and Jaziel just kind of looks at her and licks his chops, and she's on the wagon now, yay.
Jaziel, she can heal. Jaziel, Willow, Jaziel.
Hail, Jaziel, Willow says, and Jaziel nods and blinks. I didn't give her an intel check, it is a clerical thing. Are you a Knight of Death by chance?
Nay.
I thought not, you don't look like one.
We're better than that, aren't we, Jaziel?
If Jaziel could smile, he would. Hey, your cleric looks a bit unnerved, but you know, a shrug and an oath is an oath, and I see my oath through the end, and hey, the healer joined the party. So I actually forgot I was going to give you all one, and I rolled up the bugbears, and I was like, wait a second, wasn't I going to give you all a healer? What do? Do I drop these? And it's like, nah, fuck it, smash them together. Pretty dynamic.
Yes,
It was.
very. I applaud.
I liked it.
Now,
As
it
soon as
is
I seen
100%
the
the
chick on top of the
scripted
rock-
thing. Sorry, go ahead.
As soon as I seen the girl on top of the rock, I'm like, that's the healer. She's got a mace. They always have a mace.
Clerics of Zarbad may use any weapon they wish, though. In this case, I
Mhm.
just randomly rolled her weapon. It was a mace. Yeah, no. Fuck, what was I about to say? Can't remember.
Sorry.
That's how you mesh the random encounter with the sliding the cleric in, and yes, bravo. Nicely done.
Yep.
And bless you again.
Oh, yeah,
Dean.
that's right. It was 100% kind of a choo-choo railroad. There was nothing you could have done to save those guys. They were already dead.
Mhm.
You could have
That's okay.
sprinted, you
We
could have
weren't
crawled, it
trying
would
to
have ended
save
up
them.
the same way.
You know, when NPCs get railroaded to death, that's fine.
That should be a quote. Alright, so the party is continuing on the road west.
Yes, we are.
Face insert and Willow again. Okay. And back to encounter rolls. Because allowing for time for that puts the party at about here. The rest of the hour fills out nice and easy. Willow and her team had also just had lunch, and she's good on rations. Because she's an NPC, I don't bother keeping track. I just say that she buys and she buys. I just say
And
that
she
she
knows how
has
to
and she has.
She knows how to drive a wagon.
Are you asking her to drive the wagon?
Yes, I am, if she knows how.
Alright, let me check. She
She's
has
gonna
some
learn
basic
how-
skill with it. It isn't too hard. You know, you just whip them with the rein to make them go faster, pull back to make them slow down. There's the brake thing. Yes, that exists. Pull them to one side or the other. Literally, that's about it. Don't go over any potholes.
I'm just, I want to be able to spend more time focusing on what's going on around us.
Yes, focusing on what's going around on you and not pulling out that picture to obsessively look at it every few minutes.
No, not
You know
every
what
few
other
minutes.
skill?
Jeez.
Hey, Gina, you know what other skill she's going to learn very quickly? How to stand watch for 3 or 4 hours at night.
Ta-da! Party. I kill you. I mean, you kill me. Yes.
do you have a whistle?
No. No.
No?
she does not.
That's okay. My friend Vasa back here, who's sleeping in the back of the wagon, she has one. You'll be able to borrow hers for tonight.
Oh yeah, she does look over. Sleeping sickness? She asks, cocking an eyebrow.
Yeah.
Something like that. Possibly something more divine. I do not think the gods have finished their decree on the punishment of these.
Tis best not to question. And she moves on forward, and yeah, she'll take the whistle and vow to give it back as soon as they wake up. Alright.
Because she's going to need to wake us, because she's going to have a hard time finding us, because we both hide outside the
I mean, you
campfire.
could use 2 fingers or whatnot in your mouth and make a loud whistle that way. I'm surprised no one tries that. Although you're going to want to not have, gauntleted stuff on. But she's in leather armor, so she actually could do that.
Mm-hmm. Gauntlets. Trying to whistle with your fingers. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Punching yourself in the face. Whistle already.
That is a funny mental image. Okay, another 2 hours pass at 3 miles per hour. Becomes there. Another hour passes. And another. And a third. Alright, just nothing else really happened for the next. That becomes 9, becomes there. The next several hours pass without event. It's about 1 hour or so till sundown, and Willow suggests maybe we find a spot to make camp.
Alright, that's what we're doing, Dungeon Master.
Right. Now, Willow, being a cerebellium, does not have infravision, so she'll be sleeping inside the campfire light, and she does have a undetermined number of torches in that bag of holding of hers. Backpack. That she...
And
she's
she has
gonna use.
her own light stone? Or will I need to borrow her one?
She does not have a light source other than her torches. She's clearly a lower level adventurer. She's a cleric in leather, but...
Alright, so yeah, Dungeon Master, we're going to look for a good campsite during that last hour of daylight.
And y'all will find one... Oh, it takes a bit. There's this one, but it's not really big enough, and then there's this one, but... Nah, you don't like it. That hill over there could be a great spot for an ambush. And are you just going to let me choo-choo you, or do you want me to tell you each and every one you come across?
Choo-choo.
Yeah, okay. It takes you about 50 minutes, all things considered, to get a proper campsite, where it's like, this is good. I just rolled a d6 in tens of minutes. I'm not going to go by the minutes itself. And even if I did, that would be 57 minutes. But then I have to check if that was up or down. It's down. Okay, so it's actually 43. Yeah.
So,
and I will borrow Willow my light stone. I'll show it to her and explain it to her and let her borrow it while as long as she's with us.
She listens very patiently and says, "Yeah, that's about how the light stones I was taught to make work. Although this is a continual light."
Okay, so here's the thing, companions. Don't whip that out. It provides much more light than the fire does.
Yes,
that would be bad.
It's emergency.
In case I need to illuminate a wide area, say a gang of whatever the fuck those things were come up upon us.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So, anyhow, I'll be sleeping over there outside of the firelight. But you won't have to worry about that because you'll have first watch. Velvin, you'll take second. I'll take third.
Indeed.
She's agreeable.
Okay. And with that, Dungeon Master, I think we're going to set camp, of course, with the dummies. The 4 dummies, not the 2 morons.
Should be good. Your cleric will, before dinner, be like, "Hey, just guard me for a minute," and she'll recover that spell.
All right, and since
knock off rations for the day,
I've marked them off. And Dungeon Master, after we've ate, Velvin.
Yes.
You ready to jack something up?
Let's do it.
Okay, casting strength on Velvin, Dungeon Master.
I feel the power.
And dice it. You've got the touch.
Nice.
You've got the power.
1870.
1 to 18, and then 7 more. Yep, that checks out. Right. And I'm gonna check.
Yeah, you ought to be hitting it like what? +2, +4 with that?
I'm not sure.
Might want to look it up before it
I'm
becomes pertinent.
I'm gonna check it right away here.
1870 would actually be +2/+3 still. 76 and above is +2/+4.
You know what? Still, +2/+3, and a
Yes, yes, yes,
+3
yes, yes.
scimitar. That's
Yep.
Pretty damn good.
yeah. 5 to
Okay,
hit, 6 to damage.
big monster. Yes, yes, yes. What should I use? Now, the party's kind of out of range of the sand dragon. An earthquake beetle would also be in poor taste right now.
And Dungeon Master, with that done, Ecroromede is going to.
Sure.
You know what? I will go ahead and spend the 9 minutes, I believe. Or no, that's only second level. 6 minutes getting a spell back.
6 minutes to get a spell back. Right. If I recall correctly, there are 10 of these fuckers. You should get
then,
that spell back just fine.
Okay, in that case, settle down for the night. And
1, 2,
yeah.
3, 4.
And do I have time to get a
5,
couple of
6.
drags while you're figuring out the monsters?
Sure, go ahead.
Awesome, great. Oh yeah.
How many in total in yonder layer? Oh, this will be fun. Aw, that's barely an encounter. Aw,
He was getting all
so
excited for a second.
weak.
So weak. Emotional damage.
It's like so pathetic. Nope, nope, nope. I can't. Nope. I'm undoubling it. Nope. Fuck that. I refuse.
So Zarabot is the god of war.
Okay, now this guy was that I said? And yeah, did you not already know that?
No, I didn't know it was war specifically. I knew that he was had something to do with weapons.
He is known mostly as the god of war. And let me check.
Well, Zelvin knows very little of gods at all.
Alright.
Okay. Yes, it is good.
Boy, this cleric is really gonna hate the party at the end of this. I can tell.
Don't they all? When they leave, they're like, "That was the worst experience ever. I'll never go back, even though I'm rich now."
Something like that, yeah. Okay.
Did you say something, Gills? Because you sounded muffled.
Test.
There you go. You're good.
Okay.
Yonder critter is over there. Now, remind me, the wagon is being pulled by 2 draft horses, correct?
Correct.
I
Okay.
think they're draft horses. I don't remember.
Point is, horses, 2 of them. Good to know.
Yep.
So, as the party goes to bed, the cleric has her spells back and has the whistle from Vasa and the lightstone from wherever, but she's keeping it closed up and won't open it unless, it's a problem. She's patrolling around the inside of the thing, mace in one hand, shield in the other, and she's on watch. And someone roll a perception check for your companion. Her stats are based off of players, so she's got a good perception score.
Go ahead, Gene.
14.
14. Very lucky. She does pass her perception check. And okay, so she hears that. And the party will get a perception check too, as she's going over to Chromie. You did point out where you were going to be, so she's looking over towards there and calling out, Mead! Mead! And she's not trying to yell, draw attention, but Yeah, perception checks, party. 7 of 13, and...
I'm coming.
11 of 14. Okay, the party will awaken, in part because of her talking, and in part because y'all hear it too. The almost like a thunderclap, but more muffled. The boom of air or something as some large creatures' wing beats are disrupting the night. Animals are freaking the hell out and running around hither and thither. They're avoiding the campsite for the most part, obviously, but y'all can hear them. For those of you from Provision, you might even be able to see the heat signatures of the small woodland creatures fleeing southward as whatever this is coming from the north.
Okay, and I am to the east. All right.
Cleric is
So-
skulking back there in the dark with you because it's like, I don't know what this is, but it sounds big.
Can I see it, Dungeon Master? Whatever's making the big wing beats. It's
No,
too
again,
far
your
away, huh?
infravision lasts only 180 feet.
What about me, Dungeon Master? Can I see it? Because mine's 360 feet.
360 feet, and I have you, if formations is still accurate, to the
North.
north,
Is
yes.
it not yet?
Actually,
on
I
the right
have you
side
at
even.
insert direction here, but your direction
Oh.
is north anyways. You don't see it either.
Oh, dang.
All right.
No actions for the round or anything? Or
Well, if
not
y'all want to
at
put
this
something
stage?
in, feel free. I'll pop in a new, but there's no combat at this exact moment.
Yep.
But go ahead and pop in what you want to do. Alright.
That's all count.
You've both got sufficient hit dice. She does not. But she does make her save. The horses should be 3 plus 3. Watching, listening. Okay. I will give it a 1 in that chance that the monster comes towards the party, because there are a couple other places it could go. This might be a non-encounter. It's an encounter. Okay, well, it was nice knowing you, party. Nah, I'm joking. Y'all will be fine, probably. Let's see. Something.
Look at that. We get to use entangle rope tonight.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Maybe. We'll see what Ecroromede does.
Let's just go for a frickin' that. Sure. Why
Or
not?
if it just
Well,
picks me
actually, it's
off and
been a
flies
long
away.
time. Let's do this one. So yeah, the small woodland creatures are freaking out. The horses are woken up, and they're freaking out too. And the cleric is like, "Here, I'm gonna go calm them." She's going over to the horses, trying to calm them. Pulling the reins, get them to whatever. The wing claps are getting louder and louder and closer and closer. And Velvin, you'll catch sight of the creature before it seems to see you. It is a large creature, about 36 or so feet long. It's quadrupedal in nature. It has, 2 arms and 2 legs, a long tail, big wings, and long neck that ends in a large mouth. And you're pretty sure this is another goddamn dragon.
How far away do I think it is now, though?
Well, right now it's about 12 tens of yards away, closing fast. Looks to be landing within the campsite.
Ecroromede, it's coming in.
So yeah, at this point there is a new, and you're calling that out. That will delay your actions by about 2 seconds. Go ahead and type in your actions, people. Now, Ecroromede, obviously you won't see it until it gets a bit closer. Ecroromede attempting to assassinate. Both bolts move to engage. Now, in terms of size, this thing is not huge and ancient. Getting that out of the way. That being said, it is a large one, or so it seems. It's definitely got a decent number of hit dice is all I can tell you as far as that goes. And you'll see the color as it enters the firelight, which I'll tell you when it enters the firelight.
It has no heat signature? Oh, it does, doesn't it?
It
Yeah, I
does have a
gotta
heat
get-
signature. It's
yeah.
a large.
I don't feel like shooting arrows yet. I know
Alright,
arrows
so
won't be
move
as
to the
used.
east. So I have you in the north, moving to the east.
Like, without going through the fire, you know what I mean?
Alright, so you're circling east.
Yeah.
Not just going in a straight line, you're sticking to the edge.
That is correct.
Alright, and once it lands, what's your plan?
I'm gonna wait and see if it's attacking me or engaging me or what.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep trying to hide from it and not fight it until I have to, because it's huge.
Okay, so the cleric is over by the horses trying to calm them down as best she can, which is, believe it or not, the best thing she could be doing right now, because goddamn this dragon. Anyways, so Chromie, it's going to take you a little bit to spot it, because Velvin, yeah, you're going to have to change your action most likely, because it's zoning in on you. It sees you. You're certain of it. And again, Chromie, you haven't seen this at this point.
No, I'm gonna guess Black Dragon.
Evading, but still trying to circle around to the east.
Yes, trying to stay out of its way, but still. Well, it doesn't matter at this point. Through the firelight, it doesn't fucking matter. It already saw
Right.
me.
You duck into the firelight, and the creature will crash, land and follow, and yeah. Okay, so yeah, as it enters the firelight, you will see it has a brilliant emerald hide. It's armor, it's thick hide, appears to be made of emeralds, perhaps, but after a second you throw that off as it's just a green dragon. Anyways, the dragon will begin attacking, but Ecroromede has a crossbow. Ecroromede, roll to hit twice.
4. Shit, and a 5.
Okay.
Plus
4 and
3,
5.
plus 3 bolts, 7 and 8.
7 and 8 with assassination bonus, attempts from attacking from surprise. That there to that there. Its armor class would become that. The 5 actually does hit. Let me check as an assassination, because I'm not giving away how many hit dice this thing has. Nope, not with that roll. That being said, you can dice sneak attack damage.
Huh? I never diced percentage.
I did,
You don't
because
get
I'm
to.
not giving away how many
Oh.
hit dice it has.
Oh, okay. Damn it, you rolled a double lot. Okay.
I
so,
rolled 73
damage.
for what you wanted.
Well, fuck. Minimal. That's 1 plus 3. But
4.
my multiplier,
Quad.
so 4 times 4, 16.
Yes, very good.
And
Yeah, the
what's
dragon's
it?
gonna roar at that, and okay, it's aware of you now, Ecroromede, and that being said, you'll be able to move to engage. You can possibly draw a weapon, but reasonably that should occur next round. So yeah,
Okay.
Velvin, did you dice your evasion?
No, I have not.
Alright, you can go ahead and do that now.
Okay. I rolled a 2 plus 2 is 4, so that puts me at a -1 armor class.
Armor class, -1. Okay, this thing has that many hit dice to try and hit you with. For it to hit
Yeah, that's a lot of hit
it needs a
dice.
that. Dragons do tend to have a lot. Okay. It claws at you with this large raking claw, kind of sweeping it against the ground. You try and dive out of the way, but it does manage to scratch you good. Give me a second to
Stone
roll.
skin.
Mark off stone skin. That's right. Very good. It seems to roar in frustration, and it continues to attack. You continue to evade. Ecroromede moving in to engage. You're all in the firelight at this point, I have you. And it goes for its second attack. Another thing. Mark off another stone skin if you've got one. Otherwise, let me know.
I do. I'm
You
good.
are one lucky sunbreath. And Ecroromede, as this time you've gotten in there, and you'll be able to start attacking next round. And Velvin, you're still desperately trying to evade. This thing's large mouth opens up, revealing many horrible yellow teeth, crooked and awful looking. And it goes for the bite attack.
Oh, it's not breathing. It's biting this time.
No, it can either do attacks or a breath weapon.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it barely misses your head. You felt its breath, its putrid, stinky breath. Oh gods, it made you want to die. In which case, Ecroromede and Velvin are over there. The Teamster, the NPC cleric who is nowhere near equipped for this bullshit is over by the horses,
Willow.
which is about, Willow is about as good as she can be doing right now, but I'll check her, because she is, cleric of the war god. She does have a bow. And that concludes this round. Round 2. And let's see what the dragon's doing. Okay. I can hear the clicky clacky. Engage with scimitars if it does. Alright, Ecroromede, you're not sure if it's gonna hear you over its own roaring and shit. But, yes, we'll cover that. Initiative, please, party.
I guess that should be me. I'm in the danger zone. Danger
Yeah.
zone. 3.
3. Okay, party does have initiative here, which is good. Okay. Velvin, it seems to stop chasing you for a second as it rears its head up and opens its mouth. And party, if you wish to adjust your actions based on this, let me know. Otherwise, proceed to attack.
Fucker.
He's going to breathe, so I'm going to continue to evade. Does that give me a bonus to my save?
It might. Hey, the ring will.
Yeah, I know the ring will. Yep, I'm going to continue to evade because I don't know what he's doing. For all I know, he's raising up to bite me again. So, continuing my evasion until I'm sure.
I'm good.
Alright, Ecroromede, you move to attack. Velvin continues to evade. Velvin, you can roll that d6.
+2.
4 + 2 is 6.
Alright, record that and keep in mind that 6 for later. And Ecroromede, you will be able to get an attack off before the breath weapon goes off. Bowfire goes first. Let me check real quick. Bowfire got a 2. Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
I rolled a 10. I am, of course, +6 to hit. 10th level fighter.
16 at 10th, yeah. Yeah, that hits. Dice damage.
Okay, physical damage is 9 + 12 for 21. And electrical was 14.
For 14 for electric, and yeah. As a green dragon, it is not immune to electricity, as you guessed.
35 hit points.
14, you said? Yeah, okay, there goes it fleeing. It's below half. This is unfortunate because, yeah, at this point it breathes that deadly cloud of poison gas that green dragons are known to breathe. And, okay, Ecroromede, you're there. The pass measures that by that by that. Velvin, you were trying to evade from it. Your movement rate is that. It's trying to hit you there and there. I need to do some mental pictures in my head. Yeah, no, damn it, that's getting the camp. That's getting the entire camp. That thing is huge. 5 tens of yards by 4 tens of yards by 3 tens of yards.
Oof.
Yeah. So it bellows out this noxious green smoke, and I'll need the associated parties to give me a saving throw versus, I believe it's breath weapon, not poison.
Ooh, nice. I
Associated
rolled,
parties, do you want us to roll or save?
I rolled a 19 + 2 is 21.
Yeah, okay, Velvin, you will save and take no damage from the thing. That being said, you're hacking, coughing, and your vision is obstructed. Ecroromede?
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Let's see, +1 from the Scarab. Does armor count?
This is a gaseous weapon. I don't think armor counts versus gas, does it?
It does physical damage.
I think the gas just kills you. Like, here, let me read the thing.
Yeah.
Breathing a cloud of poisonous chlorine gas. The gas cloud is blah, 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 blah. Poison. When it doesn't specify, I assume it means save or die. I suppose that is damaging. Out of curiosity, that 5 becomes a 6. Add in 2 would become a 7, 8. We'll see where that goes. Any other bonuses?
Shield would make it a 9. +2 from the Cloak of Displacement.
That will add. So yeah, we're looking at least an 11, at least a 8, possibly an 11. Let's see. You are a fighter of that level, and this is a breath weapon save, obviously, as opposed to poison. So let's see. If that's true, then it wouldn't save without the bonuses, but it would with as a fighter. As a magic user, you have a save of that, and as a thief, you have a save of that. So it comes down to, do those bonuses count? Honestly, I don't know where to swing it. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say yeah, because if nothing else, you're close, and this one's kind of up in the air. I know it's a gas, so yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure Green Dragon Breath does damage, not save or die.
It doesn't say the damage parameters for the breath weapon. You're welcome to pop open Monster Manual to page 33. I'm willing to take a lesson here. Because I'm not...
It's a good time for everybody to learn.
Okay.
Why not? Right next to that lovely red dragon.
So page. Let's skip that and go back to page 30.
Things about dragons. Subduing dragon, sleeping dragon, value of subdued, length of subdual, encountering multiple treasure, weaknesses, dragon saving throws.
Hold on then.
I remembered the fear thing this time, hence why the horses are freaking out.
Dragon saving throws, treasure, weaknesses, dragons, no.
I guess the breath weapon causes damage equal to a dragon's hit points. That's a good point. Yeah, so it would cause damage to hit points. That would be a good save. Okay, so I apologize then. I'm just going to have to give you half its total hit points and damage instead.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, it's under attacking a dragon.
That's right.
Or
so funky that they did that. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to give it a D8 per hit die instead.
is a choice. Roll percentile, and each choice is will breathe. The breath weapon causes damage equal to its hit points. Half that if the saving throw is made. Yes, that is what I wanted to tell people.
Yep, so yeah, your saves would count there, as would yours, Velvin. Now, Velvin, you don't have cover to negate it, but you do have some excellent saving throws. I might quarter it because you were trying to evade as well, as opposed to just halving it, which would be very merciful, because half of it would be 42 hit points of damage.
Which puts me at 0, yay!
So a quarter of that would be 21. You'd still have to, you know, do fun things.
Shock. Yeah.
You'd still have to system shock, and I think I'm going to do that because, Velvin, you were attempting to evade, and you rolled a really good saving throw with all your bonuses added, and I think that's fair.
That is fair. Yep, I'll roll a system shock now.
Cleric may or may not have saved. I'm going to let her auto-save, because otherwise... Oh, I gave you a cleric and then killed it with a green dragon. That's stupid.
Hot 6 on my...
Alright, you will pass your system shock. Ecroromede, you're right up there with the front of it. That will be the full 42 hit points of damage for the half saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah, as you now know, it has 84 hit points, and here's a spoiler, you've already done more than half. It can't
51.
fly away anymore.
Yeah, I've done 51. I kept track.
Yep, yeah, it's at 33. I can't fool you. You're too smart. Thank you, girls, by the way, for the lesson. I award you XP, but that's... Fucking breath weapons. God damn, I swear.
Unnecessary.
Here, you know what, actually, just out of curiosity, I said D8, it has... I gave it 14 hit dice, because remember, I'm doubling it. It would have been 58 instead of 42, but sure, we'll stick with 42. Alright, anyways, so you still have your second attack, you may roll to hit, as the gas begins to dissipate. Alright, you will hit...
Plus 6, okay.
Yeah, it should hit. This thing's armor class 2.
21 physical. 12 electric.
21 plus 12. 21
33.
plus 12 is 33. How many hit points did I just say this thing had?
31?
33.
Oh, 33?
You just brought it to 0 in like a fucking round. I'm giving it a wisdom... Nah, I'm joking. It drops. Tongue daggling loosely from its thing. God damn, I just threw a large green dragon and you dealt with it in 2 rounds. What the fuck?
You know how close we are to Renvera?
Remember, I hit above my weight class.
The dragon meat, though. Oh, we could. Now we'll never find his horde, though. Hold on, he's not dead. Ecromede, can you scry his mind to find his lair?
Oh, that's right, Death Throws. Thank you, Ecroromede. That one I'll give you 10 XP for. Because that's right, at this point it is death throwing and belching out green smoke and... Yeah, GG. Okay, since it's not a confined location, it should be easy enough for the party to avoid. It's going to knock over a few trees and possibly douse the campfire. You know, it's chaotic. Let me go save this monster of a thing.
The camp is ruined.
Yeah, the horses are going to freak the fuck out. And this is why this Mistwalker rides around on a nightmare. Some people might argue that feels unearned. This right here proves he earned it.
Most definitely.
That's right, save or die breath weapon, my god, imagine.
3 die 6, 3 die 6, 6 die 10. Yeah, you don't want to get hit with that bite very often.
Yeah.
6 die 10.
Oh, did I pop that in the wrong XP calc? Oh, I did. Whoops.
Oh, well.
Where did I pop that?
Actions for the round.
Yeah. So yeah, I bumped up, if you recall, the damage because I was like, a large dragon
Oh, yeah.
does 1d6 per damage, so for every 2 levels, I give it an extra die for its thing. My bad. That should be XP calc though, but you're all welcome to see it. 6 die 10 on the bite. Yeah, that would have been nasty.
You know what's even better? I still had one stone skin left.
Yep, it rolled 1 below what it needed to hit you. Otherwise, you would have had none left. So yeah, speaking of which, Velvin at half hit points, you know, the gas is clearing up, and Cleric is coughing and gagging, and, you know, maybe throwing up a little bit, because recently, even saving for half, she should be dead, but she's not. So instead, I'm having her, I hid under the wagon and held my breath. The horses will live, because I'm not that mean, although I should be. And, yeah. Give me a second to check if this brought any more encounters to the table, otherwise I'll give you all the new again. Do-do-do.
Is this even a wound we can really bind?
Yes, you can bind wounds. I will allow it.
Knocking off a bandage.
Just a dragon.
Gaining a hit point.
So
We're
yeah,
gonna have to go-
Ecroromede, this dragon could not use magic or speak, and I rolled to see if it understood you. It didn't. Just a dumb one.
Well, I think it understood the universal language of me bellowing at it and waving
Anger.
forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It understood, but it was going to try and get the meal it had picked out. It actually wasn't going for either of you. It would have gone for the horses. It just had to kill y'all first. And it's a dragon. It has that many hit dice, you know. I can kill anything. And no, it could not. Yeah, Grills, there you go. That's like I posted in that thing. That's my system for rolling up a dragon that feels strong and powerful and terrifying. That was a 20 on the encounter table of, oh fuck.
Thank you.
I think Gina needs a minute or two. And
Yep.
No, I'm good now.
Okay, well,
I was just a kid delivering a soda to me.
oh good. But I do need to go stretch my knees again for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Party, y'all can enter in your
Yeah.
actions. And triage is my bad.
Oh, yes.
Ow. Fucking hell, my back is murdering me. Ow. But yeah, I rolled on my encounter table, and again I rolled that 20, which means, oh fuck, big encounter. I checked to see if it was going to be a Forsaken or something else. It was a something else, so I had a list of potentials, and dragon. Went to the monster manual. There are 10 possible dragons. 8 of them are common enough to use, so I rolled a d8 and got that one.
Do you know how much glaive we would be in if that was a Forsaken right now?
Well, potentially. Think about it. Forsaken at night would have to be... yeah, it depends. Forsaken, some of them are pretty nasty. Nastier than an adult green dragon of large size.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn, a large green dragon and the party Ecroromede took it down in 2 rounds. What the fuck am I supposed to throw against him that's going to challenge him that isn't a demon lord?
Demon Lords. That's what we're getting to.
Yeah, but demon lords don't just go about wandering the prime. Is what's going to happen. He's going to have to start going into the abyss if he wants the good XP shit.
Yep.
I won't, roll him down any if he fights packs of kobolds. It's the same as a first level adventurer fighting kobolds, but yep. Jesus Christ. It had 84 fucking hit points. Do you know that the by the book Monster Manual 1 Red Dragon maxes out at 88 hit points? The biggest, largest, baddest dragon has 88 fucking hit points.
Yeah, that's silly.
And like, okay, there could have been surprise rounds and such, and maybe if you'd encountered it in its lair and it got surprised and breathed at you, and okay, you know, first edition was fun like that. It was a lot more save or die bullshit.
Well, and it can breathe every round.
So the breath weapon can only be done a certain number of times per day, and usually you're supposed to randomly determine. Since this was a relatively non-intelligent thing, I just gave it the 50-50 chance, but instead of percentiles I did a d8. It rolled a 4, which I designated as 1 through 4 yes, 5 through 8 no.
I see. Yeah, in the later editions, you can do most of the dragons do their breath weapon once every D4 rounds.
That sounds like fun. Now, granted, rounds is what they call turns over there, isn't it? Or
Segments.
The fuck?
But they but they also allow a round. You can cast a spell every round.
Yeah.
Right? Because a round is 6 seconds.
But again,
long.
imagine if to convert that to these rounds here. Imagine if the dragon could breathe a new breath weapon every 4 rounds. What?
Every 4 segments. Yeah, even every 4 segments.
Well, no, because then imagine if you could attack every 4 segments. You know, as each of us 4 rounds. I get that.
True.
But
yeah.
Convert that to first edition. A new breath weapon every 4 rounds. Are they insane?
Oh no.
Then
And
again,
it's
I think
1 to 4
later edition.
rounds.
I think later edition breath weapons were actually meaner, or not as mean.
They're not because they're dice rolls.
Well,
not
I mean,
just
I
a
just
flat
did a
number.
die roll, d8 per hit die of the monster. Turned out to be worse than their hit points.
Okay, so Dungeon Master, I take it we escaped the death throws.
Yes, death throws are easy enough to evade. You just kind of go back 2 tens of yards or so, and you're out of range. And there's
Okay.
nothing keeping you there, so it probably wrecked parts of the camp, and the cleric will put that in order after she does some healing. That being said,
Okay.
Ecroromede, you can check for your bolts from the corpse as the cleric, you know, goes over to Velvin after Velvin's bound wounds, and in the name of
Okay.
Quintus, Quibbly... No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Dungeon Master, one of my bolts missed by just 1. Does that mean it like hit but was deflected by the creature's armor?
Most reasonably, yeah. So let's
So it
see
should be
if
in
that's
that
it.
area.
Let's see if it saved. 15, okay, it saves. Let's see if you can find it, because it might have gotten knocked around, buried, knocked under the thing. So I'm going to give you... You're looking for it, obviously, after checking
Yeah.
first?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to have to spend a bit of time searching for it. The first round you will not find it. Let me get back over. So yes, in Zarbod's name, I command you to become stronger so you may continue fighting. And 7 hit points restored.
Ooh, nice. To Belvin?
Yeah, to Velvin. Ecroromede, obviously, she doesn't know you regenerate, but, you know, between triaging you and Velvin, you're actually still probably better off. Actually, no, you're probably closer to that. Well, no, you're both about half.
I'm over half, but not by
Over half.
much.
Yeah. So yeah, Ecroromede, she'll
doing a
offer you
triage.
healing next.
Okay, is Velvin's triage accurate?
No, I'm doing it again here. I'm
Yeah,
at
because he just got
69 now.
7. You're at what?
All right.
69.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
All right. I'm at 46 out of 88. So
A little bit
I'm
over
2
half
points-
versus almost 70. Again, the cleric knows not of your regenerative capabilities,
Right.
except possibly by legend, so she offers you healing.
So I'm at 2 hit points over half. 2 out of 88 is what percentage?
1 out of
That's like-
44. Fuck if I know.
That's about 2% then. So I'm at about 4% over half. So I'm at like also 54. Let's see to Velvin first.
Alright, she nods, and Velvin, as he has commanded you. I realize I never got your names, but obviously you're Velvin.
Gladly.
Right. Another 8.
Oh, nice.
I'm not fudging this, by the way. This is just what I'm rolling. If it was 1, I'd give you 1. If it was -1, I'd give you -1.
Yep, I know. Sometimes you get low.
Alright, and, you know, upon that, she'll offer you 1 more, because undoubtedly you need it.
I could take it.
5.
5? Boom. 100.
Alright. He's
Bang
good.
on 100.
And yeah, she'll offer to you again.
Okay. Are there any other injuries in the body?
I hit under the wagon and covered my breath. Covered my mouth. Got lucky, I
Very well
guess. The
Very
horses
well
seem
then.
okay, just scared out of their minds.
I will accept.
In that case, stand still. In Zarbod's name, I bless you to live to fight another day. 1 hit point restored. Let me try that one again. And she rubs her hands together for her 5th and final spell for now. And in Zarbod's name, I command you, fight! 2 hit points restored.
Okay.
Fuck.
All right.
That will have to
That's
do for now.
Yeah, Dungeon Master, that's 49 out of 88, whatever that percentage is.
Well, you're going to start regenerating at 1 per turn,
Yeah, so... Yeah.
She apologizes and says that she'll try and get you the rest of them in the morning. She plans to finish up watch. She thinks she's been on for about 2 hours now.
Okay. So
She just
Dungeon
hopes all that
Master,
racket didn't attract anything.
Did I recover the bolts?
So you recovered the first one if it passed its saving throw. The one that missed you can't find easily enough. Are you continuing to search for it till you find it, or till it's been a certain amount of minutes? And if so, how many minutes?
I'll give it 10 minutes.
All right, after
Searching.
about 5, you will find them.
Okay. Did you save for the second one?
Yeah, the second one saved. It rolled a 15.
Okay, good. Reload my damn crossbow.
All right, you will reload. Velvin, during
And
this
that
time,
means
what are you doing?
And that means I'm up a hit point.
I'll help the cleric tidy up the campsite, get
Right.
everything back in order, dummies
the-
back in place.
The big issue is, and she just gestures to the corpse of the dragon still at the edge of the campsite. I don't think we can move that.
My friend here is strong, but not that strong, I don't think.
Not in one piece, we can't.
Well, if we leave it here, we're going to have giant scorpions crawling all over us to get to it. Do we move camp?
Are there any valuable parts to this dragon we should perhaps cut off a Ecroromede? Its horns or something?
Everything.
Everything.
Hey,
Yeah.
you wanted a monster. For those who care for the image.
I must think for a moment.
Perhaps we should take the head and change the name of your tavern to the Green Dragon Inn.
We definitely take the head. Dungeon Master, will the head fit on the wagon?
Reasonably it should. This is no ancient massive dragon. It's just a adult large, so should fit. But that would take most of the wagon.
Yep. Especially with Vasa and what's his nuts
Well,
back
you
there.
could put Vasa and what's her name in the mouth and it should work.
Done.
Vasa, you and your characters wake up. You're inside the mouth of a dead dragon.
At least it's not
I
alive.
don't know it's dead.
It smells like death.
Imagine if this thing had
So-
gotten spells, though, and it had something nasty.
Mhm. For a second there, when at the beginning of the fight, I thought we were getting a sleep spell cast on us.
Imagine.
Are we sure it's 100% dead?
Are you
It
looking
did
at
the
it?
death throws. The death throws, so I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. Even though it went down to 0, I killed it. You were gonna kill it regardless, weren't you?
No.
No? Well, too late.
No.
I guess it suffered a critical failure.
I was going to polymorph it into something more portable.
Yeah, despite an almost
Okay.
50% chance of speaking, it didn't have that.
Well, now we have it. Its head on the wagon.
Oh, what? We've cut the head off already?
I think.
No, I
that was what
imagine
we
the
were
party
talking
wanted
about.
to do that, so I can start advancing time to do that, yeah.
No. What we need to do is wait till morning. That way we can see what we're doing. We need to cut its head off, skin it, and get as much of the meat as possible.
The cleric offers forward the following ideas. Firstly, that you have the continual light stone if you want to make it day in your area. Secondly, although that will attract monsters, so will the dead dragon. You know, she is vowed to accompany you and support y'all, so she will follow your lead here, but she feels it unwise
I think Ecroromede is right. I think his lead on this is the way to go.
How much sleep have I had, Dungeon Master?
Only an hour or two.
Crap. Ah.
Also, Ecroromede, you got any more of those protection spells? Because that dragon hit me a couple times there. It didn't hurt, but damn, it got real close.
Yeah, hold still. Dungeon Master, I've got 2 stone skins memorized.
Alright, my cleric watches interestedly as you go ahead and cast. And yay, Velvet.
Blammo. So you're back to 2 there, Elvin.
Those claws, I really felt the pressure. They didn't cut me open, but damn, they hit.
Oh yeah, they look nasty.
Alright.
I imagine that even with the stone skins, like an animal that size hitting you with its claws, it should still push you around.
Actually, no. Someone could drop a mountain on you, and for a moment you'll live. Like you and the mountain will stop for a second, almost, if you will. Like reasonably, it's knocking
and
you,
then
but
squish. Yeah, and then squish.
but for that brief moment of contact, it's still, and then it crushes you because inertia continues.
Mm.
Yeah, so if you ever really want to kill somebody and be absolutely sure about it, drop a mountain on them.
Mm-hmm. That was where the example came from.
If you had stone skins stacked up, wouldn't it just drive the person into the ground as well?
It would drive the person into the ground, and then they would start suffocating very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. D&D physics.
All right, you said this beast is about 35 feet long?
Give or take.
All right. All right, Dungeon Master, then how long do I intelligently think it would take me to skin this thing?
35 or so feet long. That's going to take a couple hours. I don't know. You know more about skinning than I do. You, as an intelligent skinner, if you had to skin a giant lizard, let's ignore the wings for a moment, and it was that size.
With some good help, yeah, you're looking at least 3-4 hours.
Yeah, it's... Now, cutting off the head, that isn't too hard. You chop off by the base of the neck, and okay, you got the head. Yeah. Heave, and...
All right, Dungeon Master, we're going to chop off the head. I'm going to chop off the head.
Where are you cutting it off at? Remember, it's got that long serpentine neck.
Yeah, so I want the head plus a sufficient amount of neck so that I don't damage the head.
Alright, easy enough done. You've got a +6 sword that should cut through it quite easily. Not exactly a lightsaber like we discussed, but...
yeah, but close to it. Okay, cut off the head. Get that onto the wagon. Because between me and Velvin, who has 1870 strength, I think we can manage that.
Yep. Now, the head's easy enough. It's the rest of the body, because these creatures are bulky.
And we won't put the head on top of the incapacitated things in the wagon. We'll,
tuck them back in around it, yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, you make it work. They may get quite a start when they wake up and there's this severed green dragon head looking at them, but...
So, companions, here's what we need to do, is move the camp 30 feet, 40 feet. If something comes for it, well, I'm just going to have to kill shit.
We've got some room.
The skin and the meat are very, very valuable. As such, I want to get the skin and as much of the meat as we can transport. And the rest will just become spoils because I have no way of summoning reinforcements to come help us haul this out.
And I'm sure this is going to cause us to turn around and head back the other way.
To the nearest city.
To the nearest city? Any city. Well done.
Well, there's Iron Keep.
Alright, Dungeon Master, if we consult the map.
We'll continue forward towards the next city.
Not if Iron Keep is the closest.
Iron Keep is definitely much closer. Y'all aren't even halfway down the road to the next junction to Red Lamb. And, yeah.
I guess.
So about how far from the intersection between Oasis and Iron Keep did we make it, Dungeon Master?
What's your intel? You're over there. A
15
little
miles?
under 30 miles, you think?
A little under 30 miles. And your map is 5 miles per square?
Give or take, yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, a little under. Wow, that is right about the halfway mark.
I say we keep going.
There is the alternative. I defend our prize while you two continue.
The cleric just gives you a look. Oh no, 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 no. I'm sticking near the Dragon Slayer. No, thank you, sir.
Can't say I blame her, Ecroromede. We just got attacked by a dragon after all, and her
There was
friends
something I
died
could
yesterday.
shrink- If I could shrink it, or if I could have changed it into something else, I could have changed it back.
I'm sorry, is this a routine problem for you? Willow asks with like...
From time to time.
Moving large quantities of dragon meat. It's happened before.
Oh!
Okay.
She's got this shocked look on her face as the copper drops, finally.
So, companions, here's what we do. We move the camp. We have the head. We'll wait for daylight to go after the skin and as much of the meat as we can haul. And whatever the fates throw, the fates throw. But again, we don't want to be sitting on top of this all night as scavengers come crawling in. So
Pack up and move camp.
load
50
up the
feet.
dummies. Let the fire stay as it is. We're going to go 30 yards west, Dungeon Master,
Good answer.
and reestablish camp.
Okay.
You know, set out our dummies, get the fire going.
And I'll ask Willow as well. You said you were out for adventure. Isn't this what you were looking for?
No, I was out for adventure and light treasure. This is insanity.
Repicket the horses, let Willow calm them down even more now that we're not in the immediate proximity of the dead dragon. That should be accomplishable. In which case, Dungeon Master, that puts me at the eastern edge of our encampment, closest to the dragon corpse, our old camp, and I will bid them fond sleep and keep watch. I need my beauty rest, and I'm going to, with my reloaded crossbow, shield ready at hand, settle down for some sleep.
Alright. Cleric says she still thinks she's got like an hour left to her watch. I need to advance some time really quick. Oof.
Well, I doubt she's in any immediate danger of falling asleep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No. Life-threatening terror has this interesting way of keeping you awake.
Adrenaline is a hell of a drug.
Anyways, a couple hours later, there's going to be scavengers, guys. They're going to eat this thing.
We
A couple of them
understand.
might come by, which is what I'm checking for. So far, y'all have been good, but let's not mistake it. Even if I roll 20s or, like double odds all the way through, there is no goddamn way this fresh dragon meat is not getting attacked. So,
yeah, but can they eat all of it?
oh no, definitely not. I should also warn you, the blue dragon meat thing, it's probably not going to be worth as much as that. Just think about it. If every dragon corpse had 100,000 gold pieces or 80,000 gold pieces worth of meat, that would be very economy breaking. So it's probably going to not sell for that much.
Dragons are rare.
They used to be. It's been a year.
Which is fine.
People have
Which
killed a
is
few
fine.
dragons since then.
Okay, but it's still going to be better than steak.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. If this is what the party wants, you know what? Here's a quest y'all can burn a day on. By a day, I mean a session. Velvin, you're up for watch. The cleric wakes you and is like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard something eating the dragon, but I'm gonna be real. If this thing eats dragons, I don't want to fuck with it. You're welcome to deal with that, but I don't have spells.
Well, once I'm outside the firelight, I'll take a view with my infovision, see what I can see, because that's still within my range.
There are certain smaller critters that are, avoiding the area undoubtedly because they're herbivores, but whatever omnivorous small critters might be around here, rats or so forth, would come out and feast. But they're rats.
I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun then. I'm
are you
gonna shoot
gonna do?
rats. I'm gonna shoot rats with my bow.
Alright, Melvin, you Pull back your bow, roll to hit.
Roll the hit. Hold on.
It's like shooting rats at the city dump.
Yep. That's a 9 plus 2, 11 at 5th.
11 at 5th. Yeah, that should hit. You strike one of the rats true and center, and the others cower and, flee.
Then I keep watch and I do my usual routine. And as I come around that side of the fire, I'll check for more rats. And if there are, I'll take another shot each time.
Alright. This is going to keep
stay away.
happening.
Yep. Each round, I'll take another shot. So tell me how many arrows I have to look for in the morning.
Alright. Let's call it that you make your rounds in 2 turns for an easy number. So means 3 per hour. You're keeping watch for 4 hours. Means 12 shots total. Assuming you miss, are you aiming again or continuing your rounds?
Does the miss make them scurry?
Possibly.
Probably not. Probably
Depends
not.
how
I'll make
badly
sure
you
I hit
miss.
one.
And if you,
Yeah.
fumble double odd an ally, then, I can't help you there.
Fumble double out an ally in that direction. Come on, man.
You trip, and
Oh.
your arrow goes wild above your head and comes down upon the clerics, killing her in her sleep.
Fair. I'll roll them if you need me to.
Are you doing it?
Yep, I'm doing it.
Alright, roll me 11 d20s with the dice bot.
Yep.
Let's
there we
check
go.
for fumbles.
That's the easiest way, isn't it? 1d20.
How
That's
many
right.
backs? Alright, dice percentage for one of those fumbles and 100 XP. The rest of those should be hits.
I'll even roll the percentile in here.
Okay.
what the hell?
Well, you will certainly
Oh.
try.
Yeah,
Corned beef
I put a
hash.
space.
Or we make
92?
Ooh.
92. Ooh,
Oh, no.
I know what this is. Okay, 1 second. Crit table. Fumble. Bow arrow. 92. Hit ally. No damage. Give me a D4.
You're gonna see who I hit.
Yep.
D4.
Yeah, I think you got
Number
your
1.
today.
1. Ecroromede, mark off a stone skin.
Oh, you're a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then a perception check, I'm sure.
Yeah.
At least it was early. It was only the 3rd shot in.
All right, I'm marking off a stone skin. Mama was talking to me, so I
Yep.
did not have my full attention here.
Here, this is not the music I want for tonight. Yeah, sorry, Ecroromede perception check, please. Let's see if you wake up to being shot.
3 out of 13.
3. Ecroromede, you bolt awake. Something has shot you. Velvin is nearby with bow in hand and probably the worst fucking look on his face. Not that you could see it since it would be dark. Velvin, what are you doing?
Sorry, man. I was trying to shoot the rats and that one got away from me. I tripped and stumbled. Oh, that was close. Did you get hurt?
Would you like your arrow back?
Arrow, make a saving throw versus normal blow.
As he reaches in carefully.
I think
saving
I've got a
throw.
short bow in my.
Ooh, I think it failed. I rolled a 4.
Yeah, the arrow shattered. Rip.
Huh. A little more careful there.
Sorry about that, old friend.
Alright. Velvin, are you going to continue to shoot at the rats?
They're all rolled, so I can't see why not now.
Yeah,
That would be meta. Okay, Ecroromede, go back to sleep. Damn kids. You need your beauty sleep and they fucking keep waking you up with stupid shit.
You know, he tries to run up and kill something with his scimitar when we're trying to assassinate shit.
To be
But
fair, he
now
did
it's
specify
not-
move silently and stab, but yeah.
Now, yeah, but I couldn't look at his actions without that being meta. I figured he would go for a ranged assassination like I was. Okay.
I just
So-
figured that seeing me move in front of you would.
I thought so too, but the dungeon master did
I
not.
know.
I thought Mead was in front.
But once
Anyway.
I started to move in after that, right, because he held position to ready his crossbow,
Yeah.
I kept moving forward.
That's a good point. I should have given you an intel.
It's all
Moving
good.
forward.
It's all good.
Apologies,
Now,
not my
moving
best run
forward-
session.
Okay, he tries to stab things when I'm shooting, and he tries to shoot things when I'm sleeping. Okay. And I go back to sleep.
Hey, cat. Alright. Apologies. Dice Tower. So, yeah, Velvin, give me a perception check about an hour or so after the incident with the shooting Ecroromede.
Okay. Ooh, I rolled in that one.
And that one, yeah, there's something over there next time you come around and you're ready to shoot at a rat. It's not a rat, though. It's a
How
much
big is it?
larger creature. It appears to be about 12 feet or so long. It kind of looks like a giant centipede or something, and it's got these tendrils coming out of its face that's wrapped around parts of the dragon. It
Oh
looks like it's
god
trying to
damn.
pull off a leg, or maybe it's dragging the dragon. There's a few of them there, actually. What are you doing?
I run and wake up Ecroromede. We gotta stop this thing. He wants to keep the dragon. Everybody heard that?
I heard
Okay.
you.
So, Chromade, you'll need, normally you'd need a perception check, but I imagine Velvin's just going to shake you awake till you do. These creatures aren't particularly strong, and there's only that many of them over here. So yeah, Chromade, you awaken, and you will be appraised of the situation.
Yeah, I tell him there's 3 12-foot things over here, and they're gonna eat all the meat. So let's do this.
Alright. Dungeon Master, can I see this? I mean, we're only 30 yards away.
30 yards, 90 feet, you have infravision, double that effective range. Yeah.
Spirit Fire. Max area.
You begin casting, max area. Alright, well, you're casting, you're not screaming it, but you're audible in between Velvin and that. That's a fair bit of noise. The creatures do notice you, and at this point I need to determine what they're doing.
Because I'm bringing the rain.
Yeah, they leave the dragon and begin moving towards the party. They have a decent movement rate. That being said, Spiritfire has a 5-segment casting time, I believe.
5-segment casting time, and I will drop it maximum area of effect right in front of me, like 1 yard in front of me.
Okay, so
you know,
segments. Let me give them a segment thing. Give me an initiative roll, actually.
Damn it. It was going to stop on a 6, but it fell off the table, and I caught it and dropped it again, and I have a 2.
Oof. Well, they did get a 6. Okay, so they're going to start moving. You will be able to hit 2 of them as they get in front of you. The other 2 are actually going to get past you and start attacking, because at this point, party, the monster's moving impressively quickly for a creature about 9 or more feet long, looking like a giant centipede about 2 or 3 feet up off the ground, with these long, multiple legs and these tentacles coming out of their heads. Like, it's funky looking. Yeah, they move to attack the party. Chromede.
Are these carrion crawlers?
They might
which I
be.
have fought before.
Yeah, Chromie, these look like carrion crawlers.
Wow.
Yep.
They can actually move that fast through this heavy terrain.
They can move that fast climbing up walls and so forth. And remember, you're only 90 feet away.
Okay.
So yeah, that would take them a quarter of a round to make that distance, plus delay factor because they have to hear and respond and move forth. But they're non-intelligent, so they tend to be fairly decisive. Kind of like ants.
Once any one of them gets up next to Ecroromede, because I'd be next to Ecroromede waiting for him to cast, I'm gonna attack.
All right, sir. You will move to attack, and yeah, Velvin, these things charge. You're moving to meet them.
I'm not gonna move in front of Ecroromede because I know he's casting one of them nasty spells of his.
All right, so you're gonna try and stand like shoulder to shoulder almost.
Yeah, even like 1 foot back behind him, to the side.
All right, 1 foot back behind him to the side. Duly noted. Okay, these things begin to move into attack, and Ecromede, you managed to get off the thing first. You can dice damage. I double looked at the thing. And I need to quickly roll.
First 3 dice. 9 plus.
You could use the bot.
9 plus 9 is 18.
Oh, who the hell am I kidding?
It would take him longer to use the bot.
21.
No, it's more fun to roll it up with that.
Oh, yeah, it is.
24 hit points of damage.
Save for half.
Save for half.
Pass. Fail. Doesn't matter. Fail. Alright. 3 of them will go down. One of them at that point is definitely breaking morale and begins to flee at top speed away from the party. Velvin, you want to go ahead and try and chase it down to attack it?
Do I think I can?
You might be able to. It's moving pretty fast, but you can move pretty fast too.
I'll try and catch up to it as long as I don't want to get too far away from the camp.
Right. So parting shot essentially. Roll the hit.
Okay. Where's my? Oh, there it is. Die 20. 9 plus 14 at 7th.
14 at 7th will hit. You may dice damage. Ecroromede, you begin casting at the start of next round, assuming that it isn't dead this round. It's dead one way or the other. It has like 6 hit points left.
13 points of damage.
And yep. Okay, so Ecroromede, you don't need to mark off your spell. Yay! Let me add to XP calc. For carrion crawlers.
And any of those giant rats that were still in the area. Because I'm pretty sure those half-hit die creatures in that big old 60-foot radius. Where is that?
Oh, they ran when the carrion crawlers showed up.
Well, you know what? I just did hell on the mosquito population.
Okay, 20, 19, 10, and 14.
Llama llama.
So yeah, GG party. Again, it's increased encounter possibilities, and because you're next to a corpse of a dragon, a partially eaten corpse at this point.
Hey,
Anywho,
there's dead carrion crawlers to be eaten now too. So
more creatures, yes.
Yeah, it's the stench of death. It follows me everywhere I go.
Sure does. So yeah, Ecroromede. My bad, Velvet.
Yep.
You think you've gotten about 4 hours of sleep?
Or 4 hours on shift, you mean?
Yeah, 4 hours of sleepwalking, obviously.
Yeah, he slept while he was on watch for 4 hours while shooting rats. He was sleep shooting rats.
That explains how he's able to shoot a
Ecroromede.
Ecroromede. I'm sorry, guys. I must be out of it today. My back fucking murders me. So, Velvin, after your 4 hours of sleep, who are you putting on shift?
Who's on after me is Ecroromede, because
Yeah.
Willow was before me.
Alright, so Ecroromede, you're keeping watch.
By the way, Dungeon Master, how much time has elapsed since the green dragon breathed fire?
Good call. Let's see, we're looking at about 8 hours, becomes 8 times 6 is 48 hit points restored. Should be full.
Wham!
Alright, and Ecroromede, you take watch.
Okay. Alright, Dungeon Master. Crossbow in hand, shield in hand, taking watch. Moving silently, hiding in shadows at the edge of the firelight. And, yeah, I'll pay close attention to what's left of the dragon corpse whenever I'm at the eastern end of the camp.
Alright, so when whatever rats, varmin, beetles, mosquitoes, crows, ravens, etc. congregate there and, help themselves, what are you doing with regards to that, if anything?
Okay, well, I don't imagine ravens at night.
Whatever carrion, feeders.
Okay, little paltry shit. Okay, if it's just one thing, then I'll switch out the bolt from my crossbow. I'm not using +3 bolts to shoot at rats. And fire a normal bolt. If there's a bunch of targets, like 5 or more, at least once I'll use magic missile volley.
Okay. So yeah, Ecroromede, for the sake of simplicity here, again, it's impossible for there not to be creatures attracted to the deaf here. So mark off that magic missile volley. That will scare off critters for a bit, because, ooh, scary magic, but then other critters come along and they don't know about scary magic.
Okay, now if they're going after the carrion crawlers, I let them eat.
No, I'm talking about the dragon, yeah.
The dragon, yeah.
And I'm going to have to roll for this encounter. Give me a second. Should I just max everything out? That would be
Actually,
very
you know what, Dungeon Master? After I use that magic missile spell, I'm going to go ahead and go over to the dragon corpse.
Okay. Whatever was there is already run off, obviously.
I'm going to cast invisibility on it.
Look at the spell, I must.
Weird that is. Yeah, I guess they wouldn't eat it if they couldn't see it. Even if they felt it, they'd be fucking freaked out.
They smell it, but they smell dead carrion crawler too.
Yeah, they're dead animals. They're dumb animals. Oh, they're going to be attracted to the carrion crawlers, which are nearby, because they're not
It
invisible.
causes the recipient, area of effect, creature touched. Of course, the invisible creature is not magically silenced with respect to blah blah blah. The spell remains in effect until magically broken or dispelled. The magic creature, the recipient cancels it. Thus, the spellcaster could.
Let's face it, you have read the DMG. You've seen plenty of examples of invisible items.
Yep, no, you can do that. Alright, the corpse will be invisible, obviously not inaudible or untouchable. That said, the dragon isn't exactly moving around and making a lot of noise.
Very good. That should draw the creatures
Yeah.
away.
Creatures which are normally operating off of sight will not see it.
Okay, so if I need to, drag the dead carrion crawlers, one north, one west, one south.
Are you?
Sure.
Alright.
That way, whatever is coming in for the smell finds dead carrion crawler or rat or
That
whatever
is a clever
the fuck
solution.
I've killed. And, carrion scavengers are, oh, I found this. I don't care what I'm smelling. This is a meal. They are opportunists. So I'm lining up the buffet to guard the dragon. Yeah. And then I'm going to get back into keeping watch and, make sure that my crossbow is reloaded with the 2 +3 bolts, and I'm keeping watch.
That's SMRT.
That is very SMRT.
Huh? SMRT? What?
SMRT.
RT.
Smart, but spelt wrong.
SMRT.
Yeah.
Okay. I did a smirt.
Yeah.
You
I did a
are so
smart
smart.
thing.
You are so smart.
I are clever
SMRT.
monkey.
I mean SMART. Yeah, I'm just gonna max out these guys because they're pretty weak.
And I need to pee, so
Yep, go ahead
I'll be
and pee.
back.
Velvin sees him coming in and tries to cast Fireball. Nothing happens. How come it won't work? I seen your legends and lore about the drow.
Yes, I've been working on the underground.
I like that. That sounds like a hell of a place to go down to the Duergar. That sounds like some magical items waiting to happen. So I'm guessing the Black Forge is the thing that created that door in the cave too?
Maybe.
Out of character, of course.
Maybe.
Well, maybe. But we have chunks of that left. We still got a pile of that back at the keep that we could make stuff out of. We were planning on trying that, but we totally spaced out on it.
Okay. And let me just check their respective armor classes.
Yep, big dragon like that though.
God.
I still couldn't take the chance of just standing toe to toe with it.
All right. Thank you.
Howdy.
All right. So, Dungeon Master, I'm keeping watch. And, I will peer over there when I make my circuit to see what's going on. Make sure that our invisible prize is not being dined on something.
Yep.
And as long as the scavengers are working on the carrion crawlers, I don't give a fuck.
And so the mundane scavengers will indeed work on the thing. These things have intelligence, don't they? Low and oh no, never mind. That thing's very. How the fuck is that thing very intelligent?
Very intelligent creature we get to kill.
Yeah.
And I'm
All
going
right.
to mark off 4 crossbow bolts for the shots that I took that I'm not going to bother to recover, or maybe they broke. I don't
Well,
know.
check for fumble first, please. Just 4 die 20s. Well, it's out of combat.
No,
But...
no, no, no.
All right. You do not shoot Velvin unless you want to, and
No, if I were going to do that, I'd use the +3, and I'd do it at point blank range.
imagine that thing goes off in your face. Oh gods. So to
And then
wrap
it
up,
bounces off the stone skin.
hopefully the last encounter for session. Ecroromede, you're on watch, and let's see. How many minutes from when you were last there with double op meaning 0? Not double up at that, okay.
You know,
And now,
D6, D10 works good when you're breaking down an hour.
it does.
Yeah.
That being said, I needed that, okay. So a few minutes after you pass by the corpse, you check, and yeah, there's something feeding on the other corpses, but the dragon seems to be mostly untouched. Undoubtedly, there's like a rat or two that went for it instead, even invisible, smell. Other rats there, physics. Yes, that was my explanation for life. Physics. It's small enough, you missed it, it's still there, it's gonna nibble away at this, that, or the other thing. There is nothing I can do about that. But the bulk of the problem should be gone. Or so you think. Ecroromede, give me a perception check. Penalty of 4. As you will be looking in the other way. You rolled a 4. Penalty of 4 bring you to 8. You have a 13. That's good. Yeah, Ecroromede, you hear something rustling through the bushes that sounds a bit bigger than your standard nighttime goer. It's coming from the north.
From the north? What do I see to the north?
You look over to the north and you see some cold signatures. Small, hunched over, moving towards the corpses. Another one, another. Oh, God. 3, 4, 5. Oh, fireball. Alright, please describe the area of effect of the fireball.
Okay. So I'm at the east. I see the cold signatures. I'm going to aim the fireball to detonate so that the edge of the fireball is going to be just a couple of feet past our encampment, unless I need to throw it further to encompass to wipe out the crowd.
All of them. All right, and fireball has a casting time of that. You do that. Okay, again, in order to cast a spell, you need to utter the somatic components. I believe fireball has somatics. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yep, VSM. Thus, you are audible, since you can't whisper that. If it was a command word from a wand, fireballs, absolutely. This is not. So, whatever creature this is, it seems to hear you, and there's a growling noise, and they start moving towards you. At this point, reasonably, you're entitled to a perception check to perceive the change in direction.
Okay. I rolled a 6.
Roll the 6, okay, so you can adjust your area of effect at this time, or say it's the same, 3 feet from the encampment, as far out as you can get it.
As far out as I can get it to, again, you tell me I see cold signatures, but I don't know their distances, so if they're coming towards me or the party, I want to defend us by bringing in the fireball as close as possible without hurting us. But if they're not going to be within the range of that, I don't want a fireball vacant space between us.
I apologize, that's on me. So distance, they were about 60 or so feet away. They were going from north of the encampment, heading southeast from their perspective to get to the, maybe the dragon corpse, maybe one of the carrion crawler corpses. There were quite a few of them, though.
Yeah, and, I don't know, but they're cold.
As you start casting, they come towards you, because it's, oh, fuck, something there, and they start attacking. Obviously, they don't say that, so... Yeah, they pick up speed, they come closer, and you begin casting. Well, continue casting. You've adjusted your AoE to try and catch as many of them as possible, and you will get it off before they get within range range of attacking you physically. I should clarify, you do catch them. All of them, in fact. Go ahead and roll it. Let's see the damage, and I'm just going to roll them in batches. Fuck it.
6, 3, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20... 22, 26, 32 hit points of damage.
32. Save for half would still be 16. So all the ghouls are dead. The ghasts are the ones I need to worry about. Fail, pass. But that one had really low hit points, lower than the maxed out ghouls, so Yeah, Ecroromede, you just incinerated about 20 ghasts and ghouls. Boom.
Score. Now, what's left up and running?
None. That was actually... they were
That was
clumped
them.
up together quietly trying to get over, and... Oh, how did that work out so well? There I was, getting all the stats from together, and nope, fireball. Just...
Kaboom.
Velvin, you're... Velkin. Velvin.
I wake up, yeah.
Yeah, you're entitled to a perception check to wake up at like a bonus of 20, pretty much.
Yeah, and I rolled a 1, so I really
Yeah,
woke
Oh,
up.
you poor bastard.
Is that the
When I
sun?
wake up-
Oh god, what is that smell?
Nuclear fire.
Blinded by the light.
There's trees burning. There's grass burning. There's
Carrion crawler
Yeah, I mean,
burning. You didn't catch the dragon, obviously, but carrion crawler.
Yeah, and
there's running.
double undead, so dead undead. Burning.
Ghasts are apparently very intelligent. Today I learned. Ow. Pain. Ow.
Intelligent. But
Yeah, alright, maybe that won't be the last encounter. Anyways, the cleric wakes up most likely. He's like, what's going on? And you're like, oh, just undead, go back to sleep.
Just a pack of undead. So
And let me check for that final hour, because, yeah, Ecroromede, as you keep watch, again, there might be a rat or two, but mark off some bolts if you want to shoot at them to keep them away. And yay, party, the sun rises, light shines upon the green dragon corpse of Denalia.
okay.
And yeah, things have definitely eaten away at the flank of it, but they went for kind of the underbelly where it's meatier.
Okay, so Dungeon Master, once the party is up, we're gonna eat some goddamn breakfast. Has Jaziel returned?
Yeah, Jaziel will have returned, and it's... Jaziel walks into the campsite. There are the corpses of carrion callers, ghouls and ghasts, and a green dragon. He looks at the Ecroromede and just shakes his head.
Hey, that green dragon is fresh, Jaziel. I hope you had a terrible night hunting so that you can enjoy the freshest green dragon on the planet.
Jaziel nods and goes over and starts eating.
Okay.
But it's just like, god damn, I leave for a night and this shit keeps happening. What do you do to attract all this crap?
Alright, so I have marked off rations and Dungeon Master, while Willow and Velvin eat and are taking care of the horses. And, loading shit back onto the wagon. And Jaziel is stuffing his face. Let's see. I need to get a few spells back.
Go ahead and type it in actions. I apologize if it seems like I'm being lazy tonight. I'm in a lot of pain in my back for some reason, and I'm
that's okay.
taking shortcuts here and there.
Do you want the times or the specific spells?
Times are good. You're not a cleric. You can get whatever spells are in your book.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
6, 12, 21. 12 plus 9 is not 21, it's 20. That's 21. 33, 45, 60, full hour.
Plus 1.
Plus 3, I think, actually.
No, plus 1.
Plus 1?
Because
Okay.
the first thing that I memorized is Shocking Grasp, and then I cast it.
Alright. Maureen asked Will, has she not heard the Mistwalker for that is who she travels with this day? She said, yeah, I kind of clued in on that. Alright, the first hour passes without much event. Willow offers to keep guard while Ecroromede studies.
Tusker, Sorcerer, Dragon
Green
Slayer.
Dragon Slayer. You know, she thought that was a myth about how you killed the blue dragon over a year ago. Yeah, she gets it now. She gets it. Say, have you considered a career as a holy warrior of Zarvod? You are
No.
very good at killing things, and that is his forte. Yeah, she'll try the whole, hey, have you considered a higher calling thing, and you're gonna rebuke her. Do you want to go through this blow by blow? I'm sorry, I'm pain.
Well, I never know which plane of existence I'll wake up on tomorrow.
That has her stunned for a second. She's thinking about that one.
But I'd be more than happy to have lunch or brunch or a meal with your god if he is so disposed.
Again, you've thrown her for a loop. You know, she's not exactly a high-ranking cleric, as y'all can guess by the leather armor. So
I'm gonna show her the bowl. I'll whip out the bowl. Yes, I had this wonderful brunch. The food was delicious with dactrine one morning.
what's your charisma?
My charisma 9. Oh wait, no, it's comeliness. Oh, charisma is 9, but for non-half orcs it's a 7.
Yep. She just kind of looks at you, and it's like, yeah. Well, hey, if you ever change your mind, the temple would be very happy to use your, yeah. And she goes about guarding while you get spells. Ow! Fuck. Okay, standing up.
I do get those spells back.
You shall get those spells back, unless there's an encounter.
Yeah.
Let me check real quick. Nope, 70. That is well above the needed parameters for an encounter.
Okay.
Yeah, party, I might unfortunately need to call this slightly early. Ow.
Double M, I think you probably should, because you're in a lot of pain, and you've been doing pretty good tonight, but
It's been sloppy.
a little bit.
Ow.
So just make sure you note that we've got most of the dragon corpse there. We've got Jaziel back on station. It's early morning. I'm going to try and salvage as much of that green dragon hide as I can. We ought to be able to fit that on the wagon after some unloading and reloading. And then bag of holding as much of that meat, because I don't know how much it's worth, but I'm pretty sure it's still worth at least 5 gold pieces per pound.
Oh, probably, yeah. No, y'all were selling it like 50 gold pieces per pound back, and it's like, that's a wee bit much, if I must be honest.
Okay, but 5 gold pieces per pound, because let's face it, 10 gold pieces is a pound. This stuff is still worth, say, at least double
half its weight in gold, you know.
Half its weight in gold?
Somewhere there. I'll figure it out as I go.
Yeah, okay. It's still a delicacy. I don't care how many dragons you've brought back to the world. Dragon meat. High value.
Yep. And I apologize, you know, between Sunday and now this, it feels like this week was kind of a bust for the fun sessions, but this time it wasn't anyone's fault. My back just decided to throw out today. And it's been
And today was
me.
good.
No,
yeah,
it was
I've
good.
done better. I know I can do better.
Look, we fought bugbears. We fought a green dragon.
Oh yeah, I gotta crunch XP for all this shit. Do you have any idea how fun this is gonna be?
And I was right when I told Dom that he could spectate if he wanted to, because he did pop in to spectate.
Okay,
and
so
after a few minutes, he blipped out because we got ghouls and gas too. All right,
gas,
he blipped out
killer tree.
Because sitting here listening to it and not being able to play was torture.
It was. I'm sure it was. And to go through it all and see all the